Oh, and we're back like we never left, y'all. Let's get to the action of what is likely a first-round preview, despite the Knicks being down a couple of guys. Let's get to it. Hey, back like we never left. Our final back-to-back of the season, y'all. We got tonight versus the Pistons, and we got tomorrow versus the Cavs. Of course, it came down to the very last 3 games for us to fully complete our back-to-backs this season. What a ridiculous schedule it has been, for sure. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking for the Knicks to give their guys rest. The Knicks have absolutely obliged tonight. No Mitchell Robinson. We know, back-to-back situation, he's going to be out one of the games. They choose tonight for Big Mitch to be out. But OG Anunoby, he's out tonight. Josh Hart, he is out tonight. So the Knicks giving some rest to a couple of guys here and there. Now, they didn't officially call it rest, so it makes me a little bit nervous about what the injury report says. But we know generally it's pretty much rest. With that being said, tonight's starters are going to be Brunson, McBride, Bridges, Precious Achiuwa, and Karl-Anthony Towns. Cool. We're taking a bunch of our bench guys, slotting them into the starting lineup. So off the bench, we're going to get Campaign. We're going to get Landry Shamet. We'll probably see some DeLon Wright. But who else do we dang see? Unless Tom Thibodeau decides to go to an 8-man rotation, which we've seen him do before. Very possible that happens, but we could see a rookie, maybe some Dadier, maybe some McCullough, get some actual regular minutes tonight. Time will tell. Tom Thibodeau is our head coach, so we can never rely on that happening. But it's something to keep an eye on and maybe something to be excited about here tonight, considering that the Knicks are giving a couple of guys the day off, which, all right, cool. That's fine. Perfectly fine with that. Playoffs right around the corner. With that being said, I expect the Knicks to get a win tonight. I know, for the most part, Detroit is pretty healthy, and they did get some good news today as well, by the way, if you did not know. Jaden Ivey, their second-best player who broke his leg earlier in the year, is about 2 weeks away from being reevaluated. Now, that may not mean that he's going to be able to come back and play, but I do believe he's been cleared for basketball activity, and they're going to take about 2 weeks to figure out whether or not he's going to be able to come back for the playoffs. And the playoffs, by the way, start in about 2 weeks, right? The playoffs start April 19th, which is 19 days away, which is about 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks. So maybe we see him during the playoff series, which it is very likely that the Knicks end up playing this Detroit Pistons team. Very good team. Knicks in 5. What's poppin', everybody? Verified, Paul Dog NYC. Appreciate y'all. Rock Range buzzer beater. Let's get to the game. Like I said, I think it's still going to be a good game. Even with the Knicks down 3 rotation players, still think it's going to be a good game. Brunson, Towns, they're going to do their things. Hopefully Achiuwa has a good night. Man, oh man, I hope Precious Achiuwa has a good night, because watching 35 minutes of Precious Achiuwa tonight is going to drive me crazy. But David Osh Jr., what's up, David? Cavs not playing their starters, and Pacers starting all starters. Yeah, it is definitely the time of the year where you're going to get some funky matchups like that. But also, David, the Pacers are not mathematically eliminated from getting the 3 seed. The Knicks have to win one more game, or the Pacers have to lose one game. So the Pacers are going to go all out for the possibility that they get that 3 seed. They're sitting at the 4 right now. Their best chance is to obviously win out the rest of their games. So of course they're going to go fully against the wall to try to secure that. And then considering the Knicks are resting some guys, and the fact that they played Detroit and they play Cleveland to end out the year. Our last game is against Brooklyn, so that should be a win. That should give the Knicks the 3 seed. But if by any chance they lose all 3 of those games and the Pacers win all 3 of their games, Pacers get the 3 seed. So the Knicks still have to win a game, or the Pacers have to lose. But the best chance for you to get that 3 seed is if you win another basketball game. Kate Hazy, Mr. New York, Hattie, Michael Rogers. David, I saw what's up too. What's popping, everybody? Rock Range, my man. I do believe everybody for Detroit is playing. I don't think Detroit's resting anybody. Right? Bucks are playing the Pelicans tonight. I do think there is a chance that the Bucks could still fall down to 6, but they're playing the Pelicans tonight. The Pelicans suck. They had a huge win the other night against Minnesota. And if the Knicks win tonight, they all but guarantee that they're playing the Pistons in the first round. So honestly, don't matter. Knicks in 5. Let's get to it. Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? David said, Cavs on a back-to-back like us, but I bet all Cavs starters play tomorrow. Possibly. It is a weird time because you want to rest your guys like you guys have been asking for, but you also want to keep your guys in rhythm like what I've been asking for, and there's a healthy balance in between, right? Eamon always, what's up, Eamon? Mayweather, what's up, Mayweather? So here we go. Off with the tip. We are in Detroit, by the way, in case we were not sure. We are on the road in Detroit. Pistons win the tip. Thompson bringing it down. They get it into Dern. Where's my microphone? Y'all can't hear me. Now y'all can hear me. Over to Cunningham, being guarded by McBride to start the game. Interesting. Cunningham has it on the left wing, up top to Hardaway Jr. He attacks the closeout, gets to the foul line. I look like he got blocked by Bridges, but it actually looked like a pass inside to Dern who gets an easy two-handed slam. Either way, easy basket for Jalen Dern to start the game. Brunson bringing it down, being guarded by Cunningham. They get it over to Bridges. Bridges gets it down low to Towns in the high post on the right wing. Backing down Dern. Backing him down. One-legged fall-away jumper over Dern. He has not hit a single one of those shots all season. We've said it continuously every single time he goes to that. All-star Thompson down the lane against Mikal Bridges. Bridges comes up with a nice block on it, but Towns can't grab the rebound as Jalen Dern starts off the game with 2 easy dunks. This time off a little offensive rebound putback off the nice defense from Mikal Bridges. 4-0 to start. Minute into it. Bridges has it up top. They get it over back to Brunson on the left wing. Coming to his left. Blown by the defense. Pump fake. Leans in. Cross court to Bridges in the corner. Up top to Achua. They leave him wide open, so he takes the 3. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. Brunson over to McBride. McBride pump fakes. Driving it down in the lane. Kicks it back out to Achua. They leave him wide open, but he's going to take the lane of the basket, and he knocks down a little finger roll layup. It's crazy that Tom Thibodeau can never go to a true 5-out offense. He always has to have a non-shooter out there. Tonight it's Precious Achiuwa. It's usually Josh Hart. Tonight it's Precious Achiuwa. Cade Cunningham, a beautiful bounce pass to Jalen Dern as he starts off the game with the first 6 points for the Pistons. As the Knicks just incapable of guarding him right now. All right. All right. Bridges gets it over to Brunson. Tries to get it over to Towns. Dern jumps the passing lane and he gets called for a foul. Raymond Jacobs, what's up, Raymond? I'm doing pretty good, dog. I'm doing pretty good. Had a nice work day. Got in a real good nap before the game started. Game started at 7. If it was 7:30, I would have got an even better nap in. But I managed to make it. I did manage to make it. They get it into Achua. Achua back to Brunson. Brunson up top being guarded by Cunningham. Cunningham on Brunson to start the game is interesting. I'm sure All-Star Thompson will get his opportunities. Brunson, a beautiful no-look pass inside to Precious Achiuwa, who gets a nice easy layup out of it. I like the movement from Precious Achiuwa so far. I didn't like that three-point shot he took, but I like that he did shoot it with confidence at least. Cunningham over the top pass to Harris. Harris is straightaway 3, and he splashes it. And so far, the defense has been pretty bad from the Knicks. Not that much better from the Pistons either. Brunson on the right wing, tried to hit the pocket pass to Precious Achiuwa, but Tim Hardaway got his hands in the passing lane, comes up with a steal. A pull-up 3 for Hardaway, comes up well short. The long rebound, Thompson can't grab it. Out of bounds, going back to the Knicks. Joel Palin, what's up, Joel? The Knicks will bring it down now. Brunson, back up top. Coming to his left, gets it over to Towns, back to Brunson. Brunson and Towns playing a 2-man game right now. Coming to his right off his screen, driving it down, putting his head down, puts up the floater, gets a nice soft bounce as he got it up on the rim. and finally get to the drop down for the first 2 points of the game for Jalen Brunson. Cunningham on the left wing, being guarded by Brunson. A little mismatch here. They didn't match up properly. Cunningham's just going to take him right to the basket and get an easy right-handed layup out of it. Bad defense from the Knicks yet again. The defense from the Knicks has been almost non-existent so far to start. Brunson on the right wing, dancing with it, coming to his right off the Towns screen, driving it down. They show two. Now over to Towns. Towns catches, hits Achua, cunt to the basket, and he gets an easy dunk out of it. And again, some really nice movement from Precious Achua off ball. I like it. I like it. I put points on the wrong side, my bad. Thank you, Rock Range. 11-8. Duran has it in the high post on the right wing, hits Tobias Harris, now over to Thompson, Cunn along the baseline, tries to go to the reverse layup, but a foul on Precious Achua is going to send Thompson to the foul line for 2 free throws. And so far, the pace of this game is pretty slow. Both teams kind of walking it down, electing to play in the half court. But also, the defense has been pretty bad, where both teams just kind of slicing and dicing, getting whatever they really want on offense, getting easy cutters going to the basket. Hattie said Swiss cheese defense. Yeah, I mean, it's been a little worse on the Knicks side. The Pistons, at least they came up with a defensive stop and a turnover on a steal previously, but Thompson knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. But the defense so far tonight has been pretty much non-existent. Got to lock in at some point. It's a little difficult when you're missing your 2 best defenders in Anunoby and Robinson, and then also your most energetic defender in Josh Hart. Kind of difficult to keep your defense up for a team that has, for the most part, struggled defensively all year. So I guess we'll see how they problem solve here tonight without those guys. Achua is going to have to be a big part of the defensive uptick. Brunson over to Achua. Tried to hit Towns, coming back door. Loose ball. Bridges ends up with it on the right wing for a 3. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Ball finds its way all the way out to Brunson. Brunson driving it down and gets fouled by Cade Cunningham. I don't think it's in the act of shooting. I think it's side out of bounds, but let's see what the ref said. Ricardo, what's up, Ricardo? It is side out of bounds, so Brunson will inbound it. They get it in the Bridges, pass fake, mid-range jumper from McHale, and the first 2 points from McHale. Bridges goes down. Hardaway Jr. will bring it down now. Has it on the right wing. Coming to his right, McBride picks him up. Over to Harris. Harris back to Hardaway. Trying to feed Cunningham. They throw it over the top. Cunningham catches. Throws the lob to Thompson. A bad pass hits the rim. Pass doesn't even make its way to Thompson. They get the turnover. Lob over to Achua, and a bad pass from Mikal Bridges himself. And a turnover leads to a turnover. Negative up on the board. Ball going back to the Pistons here. And here comes Tobias Harris bringing it down, being picked up by Bridges. Harris hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham hands it off to Thompson. Thompson back to Cunningham. Now over to Duran. Good ball movement here from the Pistons. Everybody getting in on the action. Thompson driving it down, coming to his right, and that ball knocked out of his hands. It's going to remain here with the Pistons. Good defense from Achua. (13-10). Not a bad score, because I don't think the Knicks have played particularly well at all. Thompson tries to lob it over the top to Harris. He got baited by Mikal Bridges, who comes up with the steal. Has it in the mid-range. Hands it off to Towns. Towns spins in the lane, gets to the basket. Nice, easy layup. Beautiful move from Karl-Anthony Towns. Beautiful move. Split the defenders with the spin. Cunningham has it on the left wing. Brunson switches onto him, so Cunningham's going to look to isolate here. Crossing over to his right, using his size, backing down Brunson, goes right through his chest and gets an easy right-handed layup out of it as Brunson took a dive, trying to get the charge. Cunningham did extend the off arm a little bit, but not enough to get the call. Brunson bringing it down. Has it on the right wing, being guarded by Cunningham. Putting his head down, attacking to his left, and they call that's 2 fouls on Cade Cunningham. That's 2 fouls, getting too handsy. Keep your hands off me, brother. Keep your hands off me. And we're going to get a timeout here, our first timeout. Again, that's 2 fouls on Cade Cunningham. A huge call. He is getting a little too handsy with Brunson. Brunson tried to take that offensive foul on Cade Cunningham. He didn't get it. Brunson was upset. So immediately on the other end, he said, oh, you're not going to call that foul? I'm going to make you call this foul, though. He's going to get real handsy with me because I'm going to put my head down and get to the basket. All right. Get him out of the game one way or the other. Get him out of there. Getting him out of there. 15-12 is pretty good with sort of the I don't want to say effort level, but intensity of the game so far, right? You know the intensity is going to be a lot lower for a game when you're sitting out some guys. But, you know, down by 3, 15-12. We're going to get Cade Cunningham out of here in the first half of this first quarter. All right. All right. Pacers playing the Cavs, like you guys said, and the Cavs sitting all their guys. And it is only a 17-13 game. Cavs down by 4. They're starting Dean Wade, DeAndre Hunter, Jared Allen, Tyler Jerome, and Sam Merrill. I'm not going to lie, that's not the worst starting lineup. I mean, Jared Allen is out there playing with Ty Jerome, who's in the hunt for 6th man of the year. DeAndre Hunter's not bad. Dean Wade's pretty damn good himself as well. Sam Merrill can be a flamethrower. And the Pacers are playing all their dudes. Like I said, they have something to fight for. They're going to have the opportunity to get the 3 seed. But if the Knicks win tonight, that's out the door. So all you got to do is pick up a win. That's all you got to do. Kay Hazy said, no help on defense when Cade was right there. From Towns? Yeah, I mean, you know, you can't rely on Karl-Anthony Towns for the help. See, I'm so desensitized to it, Kay Hazy, I don't even really call it out. Because the expectation is, my expectation now for Karl-Anthony Towns is that he's not going to be there. He's not going to be there on the help side, right? Jalen Brunson is switched on to Cade Cunningham. They're going to guard it straight up. They're not going to bring a double team. Brunson's going to try and bait the offensive foul. So Karl-Anthony Towns has to be aware, like, all right, as the lone center, as the rim protector here, let me make sure I slide over, considering I'm guarding Jalen Duren. It's not like he's a threat away from the basket. So let me make sure I slide over a little bit. Let me be cognizant of where Duren is. Let me rim protect a little bit. But I don't even have the expectation for him to do that anymore. So I didn't even clock it. I didn't even clock it in the moment. Billion, what's up, Billion? Can the Knicks avoid a sweep at the hand of the Pistons? I mean, that's going to be up to the Pistons because Knicks in 5, brother. Knicks in 5. Heard if I said keep Cade in there? Heard if I said Pacers might be hunting for 50 wins as well. Yeah, I mean, that's a great milestone for teams to get, right? It's a great milestone. It's out of bounds off the Pistons as they tried to inbound it into Towns. Mr. New York said we got to get this one back. Yeah, the Knicks are down 1-2 against the Pistons in the regular season here. They get it into Towns. Now back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right. They show 2. He's driving it down. Spins, half spins, step back, fall away long 2. Over Thompson. Gets it to go. They may have woken up the beast. But the refs may have woken up the beast by not calling the offensive foul on Cade Cunningham, who, by the way, remains in the game. Cade Cunningham still in the game. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? Cunningham has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Dancing with it, coming to his right. Dancing with it again, crossing over to his left on the rescreen from Duren. A foul line pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Duren ends up with it. Flips it up with the right hand, and he gets a nice soft roll as he gets it to go down on the offensive rebound and putback. And Jalen Duren, 8 points here early in the first quarter for a guy who averages around 10. It's great. Towns blows right past him. Righty layup. Gets it to go. He's looking for a foul call, too, as Duren tried to get the chase down block on him. Now it's a 5-on-4 as Towns hit the floor in the other end. Tim Hardaway Jr. wide open in the right corner, knocks it down as Towns couldn't get back fast enough. He did get knocked down to the floor on the previous end. And it's 20-16, under 6 to go, past the halfway point here in the first quarter. Brunson has it up top, coming to his right off the Achua screen. Has it on the right wing now, looking to isolate. A step back right wing 3 for JB. Oh my goodness, he may put the Superman cape on here tonight. He may put it on here tonight. Thompson has it on the left wing, up top to Duren. Duren being guarded by Achua. Tried to hit the overhead pass to Tobias Harris. Turns it over. A bad pass. Maybe Achua got a piece of it or something. I don't know. Either way, the Knicks get it over to Towns. Towns has it up top. Hits Bridges cutting back door. A little reverse layup for him, and he gets it to go down. Beautiful pass from Towns. Bad defense from the Pistons. Beautiful cut from Bridges. And a timeout from J.B. Bickerstaff as the Knicks have taken their first lead of the game, 21-20. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Pace of this game is starting to pick up a little bit. We started off with a slow, low-intensity game here, and now we're starting to pick it up a little bit. I would say off of the back of Jalen Brunson, because like I said, once the official decided not to call an offensive foul on the Cunningham drive, which to me, I don't know if there should have been an offensive foul. Brunson, to me, flopped a little bit, knowing I got the bigger defender on me. Cunningham did extend the off arm a little bit. But that's what happens when you're a small guy trying to guard a bigger guy. You guys know me. Don't put a small guy on me. If I'm 6'6", 6'7", don't you put a small guy on me. I'm going to bully my way to the basket. I dare you to call an offensive foul. So I appreciate that Cade Cunningham did what he did. That's real basketball right there. Brunson did what he did, trying to pick up an offensive foul. He didn't get it, but you could see he was clearly pissed. And you don't want to tug on the cape of Jalen Brunson, of Captain Clutch, because since that moment happened, he said, oh, okay, that's what you're going to do. He picked up the second foul on Cade Cunningham intentionally, put the ball in the basket, went right into his chest, drew the foul on him. And then the 2 plays after that, knocked down a little mid-range jumper over All-Star Thompson, who people believe is a phenomenal defender. And he is a phenomenal defender. And JB said, I ain't afraid of you. Let me lock down this mid-range jumper over you. Bang, nothing but net. The next possession, they come down. Tobias Harris switched on to Jalen Brunson on a mismatch because the Knicks just called the turnover. All right, let me dance real quick. Let me take you to my favorite spot, the right wing. And then boom, boom, little hesitation, step back 3 for JB, nothing but net. And yet again, that is not something you want to see if you're the Pistons, is JB starting to get unleashed right now. So, Yak said it's heading to the 130s. Yeah, not a whole lot of defense being played tonight. Very much a low-intensity game to start, but it may pick up as the game goes on. Isaiah Stewart has yet to enter the game, and you know that man can change the dynamic of a basketball game very, very quickly. His whole highlight reel is him getting in altercations. That's his whole highlight reel. So, Yak said they're attacking every chance. Yeah. I mean, that's what the Pistons are going to do. Yak said, Hart put us up 3 with a layup from Brunson dime. Should have been the game winner if we fouled. Yeah. All right, we talked about this. Should they have fouled? Yes. If Tatum misses that shot, is it an even conversation? No. If Anunoby gives them the layup rather than biting on the drive to the basket and getting stumped with the step back, are we having this conversation? Not really. Better defense. Smarter defense. Just got to be smarter at the end of the games, and that's really what it comes down to. But, by the way, big news, P.J. Tucker has entered the game. P.J. Tucker's in the game, y'all. Kevin Patrick Hogan, Ernest Cash. What's popping, everybody? Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Finally, Hart is where he belongs, on the bench. Gilbert Arenas said what I've been saying all along. Why is Hart always taking the last shot of deciding games? And, of course, it's on the coach. He's taking the last shot of deciding games. If you say always, then I don't know if you've been watching the Knicks, brother, because Captain Clutch about to win Clutch Player of the Year for a specific reason, right? But also, he's taking the last shot of these games all the time because that's who the defense wants to take it. He's the open man, There are situations where you're not going to want him on the court. And, yeah, it's on the coach. Got to put the guys who you're happy shooting perimeter shots out on the court. Josh Hart's not really one of them. By the way, we're back. Cunningham knocked down a little mid-range jumper, so here we go. We'll see how the Knicks respond. McBride on the right wing, jab step, coming down to his right, spinning to his left, coming to the foul line. And if you're taking analytical advice from Gilbert Arenas, brother, you got to pick better podcasts, my man. Achua out of the right corner with the shot clock winding down. P.J. Tucker with an offensive rebound. Bridges driving it down, kicks it out to a wide-open Duece McBride on the relocation on the left wing. And, of course, he knocks me down. My man, Duece. 24-22. Both teams have hit 2 threes so far in this game. The Knicks have taken 2 more threes. They're 2 for 5, while the Pistons are 2 for 3. Cunningham coming to his left off a stagger screen, spinning to his right, driving it down, fall-away jumper over McBride. Good defense, better offense. Too big. Cade Cunningham, too big for Duece McBride. Just able to shoot right over him. Good contest. Didn't matter. When you're an awesome basketball player, it don't matter. Unless you blocking me, I'm knocking that down. Bridges has it up top, driving to his right, past the Chua, off the handoff, driving it down, and Bridges throws it over to nobody. Miscommunication between he and Landry Shamet. He and P.J. Tucker, as Landry Shamet checks in for Bridges here. Justice's dad. What's up, Justice's dad? Yvette. What's up, Yvette? Hardaway gets it into Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder gets it over to Beasley. Now back to Schroeder, coming to his left, driving it down past McBride, goes under the basket, shoves it over to Beasley. Hardaway Jr. handed off to McBride. He has it in the post now against McBride, trying to back him down. Fall-away jumper over him, well contested, didn't matter again. The size of Duece McBride, while he's a very good defender, very good at the point of attack, guys can just shoot over. If you've got the size, you can just shoot right over Duece McBride. McBride gets it over to Achua. Achua hands it back to McBride. A left wing three for Duece. Well, sure. Okay, I thought it went in. I was like, no way did that shot go in, but it went in. So now Schroeder has it on the other way. Pistons with a 2-point lead. Over the top pass to Beasley, driving it down, picks his dribble up, now out to Stewart. Stewart hands it off to Schroeder. Schroeder catches, pump fakes, driving to his left, down the lane, puts up a floater over McBride. Can't get it to go, good defense. And he grabs the rebound. Quick outlet to Payne. Payne is in for Brunson, by the way. So we got Payne, McBride, Achua, P.J. Tucker, and Landry Shamet. Achua fakes the handoff, coming to his left, now spinning to his right. One-on-one against Isaiah Stewart. Pulling it back out, kicks it out to McBride. McBride coming to his left, driving it down, foul line, pull-up jumper, gets it to go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Pop Smurf. What's up, Pop Smurf? Schroeder has it on the left wing. 2 minutes to go. They get it out to Beasley, a right wing three. Can't get it to go. Well contested. Payne pulls up the weak side rebound, and he's bringing it down. Has it on the left wing, putting his head down, coming to his right. Pump fakes, goes up. Can't get the layup to go over Hardaway, but knocked out of bounds off of Isaiah Stewart, and the ball is going to remain here with the Knicks with exactly 2 minutes to go. Justice's dad said, Shaman and PJ, the elite backcourt we all wanted? Come on, man. Payne and McBride are in the game. Come on, man. They're out there on the wing. C. Tyler, what's up, C. Tyler? Pop Smurf said Tibbs was in his feelings instead of letting the game tell him what to do, simply. I mean, I don't know if he was in his feelings. I just, you know, you're not going to be perfect. Should have called out that you should foul, and he messed it up. He messed that up. As the head coach, that is your responsibility. Achua puts up a nice floater off a nice pass from Landry Shamet, playing out of the handoff situation. Shamet and Achua, the two-man game we all wanted to see tonight. DeLon Wright is also in the game, by the way, who just checked in. So the Knicks with full 5 bench guys out there. Oh, no, Achua was the starter tonight. And a bad pass from Isaiah Stewart. Hit ahead. Precious Achua. Oh, my goodness. Put Isaiah Stewart on a poster. Precious Achua came out the hoop tonight. He came out the hoop tonight. I love it. I love it, Precious. They get it over to Ron Holland. Holland coming to his left off a screen. Achua stays with him. Shamet able to recover. Contest the mid-range jumper. Off the miss. Campaign bringing it down. The Knicks with a 4-point lead. 1 minute to go. A pull-up three from Campaign. Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that, Knicks bench. Oh, my goodness. Don't do him like that, my man. Oh, Campaign. That's right. Dance on him right now. A 9-0 run for the Knicks. All from this bench unit. Schroeder has it up top, being guarded by Shamet. They get it over to Beasley, being guarded by Wright. Coming to his right, off the screen, driving it down, fending off the defender, mid-range jumper, gets stripped by Precious Achua. Achua's been amazing so far. Achua out the Shaman in transition for a 3. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Achua. I would have popped off crazy if that had gone down. I would have popped off crazy. Precious Achua put Isaiah Stewart on a poster, brother. Oh, my goodness. Schroeder has it on the left wing, hands it off to Beasley. All momentum pointing to the Knicks right now. Schroeder has it up top, dancing with it. Crossing over to his right, driving it down, kicks it in the corner. Ron Holland, a right corner 3. That's the guy you want shooting threes, but Ron Holland knocks it down anyway. Campaign bringing it down. 33-29, a 4-point game. Campaign has it up top, being guarded by Schroeder. Towns has subbed back into the game for the final possession. Subbed in for Achua. Payne coming to his right, driving it down, past the defense all the way to the basket. And a goal-10 by Isaiah Stewart. He did get the block, but just a little too late. 5 seconds to go. Roy Valentino, what's up, Roy? Gigi said, damn, can PJ get a shot? He should get a shot eventually, but that man is not out there to shoot shots, man. The Knicks fouled Beasley as he was trying to bring it down, something they should have done to Jason Tatum the other night. They do it to Beasley there. Listen, man, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. It's probably a situation that they might be in again in the playoffs, and hopefully they learn from that lesson. Michael Rogers said, we're looking active tonight. The bench has come in with the requisite amount of energy we needed the bench to come in with. And a moving screen on Isaiah Stewart, ball going back the other way. This guy, is he good at basketball or does he just like to fight? I liked Isaiah Stewart earlier in his career, and then lately, I don't know, man. I don't know what's gone into him. Hey, there's the shot from P.J. Tucker. He almost got it to go down. His half-court heave. He almost got it to go down. His first shot of the game. All right, P.J., get in there, big dog. Start mixing it up, old man. The wily veteran is out there, P.J. Tucker. They're unleashing him. Brad's talking about unleashing people. Precious Achiuwa. Oh, my goodness. Edgar said, fix the score. What's the score, brother? 35-29. I gave 2 points to the wrong side. My bad. Hit the wrong button, brother. Hit the wrong button. Okay, Hazy, second game in a row in goaltending. It's time of the year. Team's going to start getting active. Real active. But the Knicks doing a good job getting the ball up on the basket early. Right? That is the goal. That is the goal. 6-point lead for the Knicks after 135 points in the first quarter after what felt like a pretty slow start. But again, the defense from the Pistons has not been very impressive overall. The Knicks kind of getting whatever they want, even in lineups that don't feature a go-to offensive player. Towns out, Brunson out, Anunoby out, no Bridges, and the Knicks were still getting buckets. All for the back of Precious Achiuwa, y'all. Precious Achiuwa has been phenomenal to start this game. Right? I've been very, very critical, very hard on Precious Achiuwa for large swaths of the season. But tonight, 10 early points from man Precious, leading us in scoring. 5 or 7 from the floor, and his 2 misses have come from the three-point line. He's jacking up them threes. He's feeling himself. He knows, oh, it's Precious Achiuwa time, and I'm about to show out. Rock Range said, we started out great. Yeah, a little bit of a slow start for the first for both sides, where the intensity was a little lackluster to the game out the gate. And they were kind of just going back and forth, and then Knicks slowly picked up the intensity as the game went on, as some of the bench guys started to come in and change the tenor of the game. And now here we are, a nice 6-point lead at the end of one. Let's see how we attack the second quarter. A nice second quarter could put us up double digits going into halftime, and then we can close things out in the second half, right? It's the goal. It's the goal right now. Lana Mona said, we need PJ's toughness in the playoffs, even 5 minutes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not against it, per se, but you know, you don't want to start throwing in a bunch of guys during the playoffs. You want to play your best 9 guys during the playoffs, and PJ Tucker's not one of those best 9 guys. Nick Yak said, PJ surprised me. He didn't hurt at all. Yeah, he wasn't a liability at all. He was pretty good, solid, did some nice things, you know, like defense, box out, grabbed the rebound, chucked up a shot, you know. Rock Green said, Tibbs is getting everyone playoff ready. Absolutely. Angela Harding, what's up, Angela? Here we go. Start of the second quarter, DeLon Wright bringing it down, gets it over to Payne. Payne coming to his left off a Towns screen, driving it down all the way to the basket. High off glass, can't get it to go, but Towns tipped it up and in, but it was over the basket, so it is offensive interference, no basket. Rock Rain said PJ's for depth. Absolutely for depth. Also for, you know, a nice veteran presence, a nice locker room presence. Yak said, we are not changing now. No, we are not. The last possible change that they could have made was DeLon Wright for campaign, and they didn't make that. Don't expect any other lineup changes. We literally have 2 games left to go after tonight. Beautiful bounce pass as PJ Tucker slid in to try and draw a charge, but they call a blocking foul on PJ Tucker, and he's incensed. He thinks he got there. Michael Brown, what's up, Michael? DeLon Wright is needed for the playoffs. We'll see if Tom Thibodeau feels the same way. We'll see. He is also in the same boat as PJ Tucker, a depth piece. Dennis Schroeder, a step back mid-range jumper, can't get it to go. Good contest from DeLon right there. Campaign bringing it down now. Has it on the right wing, being guarded by Fontecchio. Driving to his right, past the defense, another scoop layup for Campaign. They cannot guard Campaign right now. He is getting to the basket. The 3rd time he's gone to the basket with that scoop layup. Up top to Stewart, pump fakes, hands it off to Holland. Holland dancing around the screen, now coming to his left, driving it down, in and out. Reverse layup over Towns. Can't get it to go. Great box out from P.J. Tucker to keep Isaiah Stewart off that glass, baby. Great box out from P.J. Tucker. Towns able to grab the rebound. Campaign driving to his right. Again, blowing past the defense, puts up a baseline floater off the side of the backboard. Doing a little too much. Campaign doing a little too much. Holland bringing it down, handed off to Beasley. Beasley being guarded by Shaman. Beasley crosses over to his right, driving it down against Towns, gets the scoop layup to go, and the foul from Malik Beasley. Known for his three-point shooting this season, he's been phenomenal, one of the best three-point shooters this year, but this time attacking the paint and getting 3 points the old-fashioned way, one coming at the stripe here. Gigi said all of a sudden the Cavs sat their starters. Expect them to play tomorrow. They are playing the Knicks, so expect them to play tomorrow. Beasley knocks down his and one free throw. And Isaiah Stewart getting into his antics, trying to push the Knicks players around. This is what he does. Campaign bringing it down. Has it up top, coming to his right, off the Towns screen. Gets it over to Towns. Towns has it up top, attacking Stewart off the bounce, draws the foul, puts up the floater, can't get it to go, but they call a foul on the floor before the shot attempt for Karl-Anthony Towns. And they're kind of picking on Isaiah Stewart right now defensively. They're saying, you are not good, brother. We're going to get you into foul trouble. We're going to get ourselves to the line. I'm going to get you up out of the game. Rock Range said, I think Detroit is one of the teams Campaign historically plays great against. That's great. That's great to know, Rock Range, because likely a first-round matchup here tonight. They hand it off to Shaman, now back out to Towns. Towns has a lane in the basket, goes up, can't get it to go. Come on, Towns, you got to get that finish. Here come the Pistons pushing it the other way. Shaman picks up Schroeder. Schroeder has it up top, quick crossover to his left. P.J. Tucker picks him up, now out to Fontecchio. Shaman sliding his feet, staying in front. Good job getting around the Stewart screen as well. Now they kick it out to Stewart. Stewart straightaway three. They're going to give it to him. He can't get it to go. Towns grabs the rebound. I mean, I talk all the time like that's the guy you want shooting. Isaiah Stewart is absolutely the guy you want shooting threes. Towns Euro steps down the lane, draws a second foul on Isaiah Stewart. Towns this time is going to find himself going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Gigi said Stewart trying to pick a fight with anyone. That's his only value to the Pistons so far this season. His only value to the Pistons this year is that he starts fights every night. P.J. Tucker to the bench. Good minutes from Unk. Gave us some good minutes. About 39, 40 years old. He can't do it for long, but he gave us some solid minutes there. Towns knocks down the first free throw. Pressures Achua 7 back. Offensive mainstay here, Precious Achua. Our main go-to guy right now, Precious Achua, subbing back in. Edgar said, got to get a feel for the whole bench. Break glass in case of emergency type players. Absolutely. MBM, what's up, MBM? Something we've been asking Tom Thibodeau to do all season, but last 2-3 games, I guess we'll take it. Knicks with a 7-point lead here. Schroeder bringing it down. Achua's back in along with Towns, Shamet, Payne, and DeLon Wright. Jalen Duren also subs back in for the Pistons. Beasley down the lane, ball knocked out of his hands, goes along the baseline, gets it out to Holland. Holland down, puts up the little floater, can't get it to go. Well contested from Towns. Now Duren with the offensive rebound, puts up a floater, and he gets that one to go over Achua. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Duren. Handling it. Hits Shaman cutting back door, down the lane, draws the foul, and one for Landry Shaman. There you go, big dog. Nice cut from Shaman, great pass from Towns, and an excellent finish at the basket for Landry Shaman. Now he's going to go to the foul line for a possibility of a 3-point play here. He's got 1 free throw coming. Mayweather said, thanks, Grandpa Tuck. Absolutely. Old man P.J. Tucker got in there, got active. He did some nice things. 25-26 was popping, my guy. Shaman knocks down his and 1 free throw, giving the Knicks an 8-point lead here. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. We're still early. Schroeder has it on the left wing, being guarded by Payne. Coming to his right off the Tobias Harris screen, putting his head down, attacking to the basket. Scoop layup, gets it to go. Explosive move from Schroeder there. Campaign pushing it the other way. Tobias Harris is going to have to pick him up. And the Knicks are going to be a little bit mismatched. Towns has it, loses the handle, doing too much. They blow the whistle. Bad decision from Towns there. They blew the whistle. Foul on the Knicks, I guess. The ball's going to go back to the Pistons. Susan, what's up, Susan? Schroeder, step back behind the screen. They go under the screen. Darren Schroeder shoot. Can't get it to go. Achua with the rebound. Now out to Payne. Payne bringing it down. Payne coming to his right off a screen, and they call a moving screen on Karl-Anthony Towns as Ron Holland hit the floor. Oof. Roy Valentino, what's up, Roy? The 8-man rotation who played against Boston is the team for the playoffs, and they can beat anyone. They went 9. They went 9 for Boston against Boston. An 8-man rotation is not viable for the long haul. For a 2-month stretch to the NBA Finals, an 8-man rotation is not where you want to be. You got to get the 9. You got to give guys a little bit of a breather during the playoffs. P.J. Tucker back into the game with Towns picking up his 3rd foul, I believe it was. Great. They get it over to Cunningham. Now back out to Schroeder. Schroeder driving to his right. Achua's going to pick him up, and he blocks Schroeder at the basket. Achua tried to save it, but had to bounce off of P.J. Tucker's. They can't keep it in bounds. Justice's dad said, Precious double-double watch. He's been all over the place tonight. This is the best game we've seen Precious Achiuwa play all year. He's been phenomenal. It's been phenomenal. And you guys know I'm extra hard on Precious Achiuwa because I got a high standard for Precious. If you're going to be in the game, I need Precious to play better. And he has been bad this year. He has been underwhelming and bad all year. Tonight is the Precious Achiuwa I thought we were going to get all year long. He's been great. Duren has it at the foul line, trying to hand it off to Cunningham. They finally get it to him. Swing through to his right. A foul line pull-up jumper. In and out, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. P.J. Tucker takes it away from Duren. Quick outlet to Bridges. Bridges bringing it down. Has it on the left wing. Dancing with it. Out to Achiuwa. Now back to Bridges. Bridges coming to his left. Slips and falls. Tie up. And a timeout for the Knicks. Justice's dad said Cat fouls out better than him getting hurt, I guess. Cat fouling out tonight is a better result than him getting hurt. Yeah, I mean, you can't. The hurt thing, like you can't know when injuries are gonna happen. So you just gotta play. Lionel Mona said, "Who are the Celtics playing in the first round? Is it the Magic? We are gonna have to watch the play-in order to figure it out. The 7 seed, whoever wins the 7 seed, will end up playing the Celtics in the first round." We can look at the standings real quick to see who is in the running for the 7 seed. So, right now the 7 and the 8 seed are the Magic versus the Hawks. But the Hawks are going to be battling against, well, the 8 seed is not decided. Orlando's the 7 seed for sure. They're going to be in that 7-8 game to find out who plays the Celtics in the first round. But that 8 seed is up for grabs between Atlanta, Chicago, and Miami. Right now, Atlanta has the lead on it. They're 1 ahead in the loss column of the other 2 teams. So it might be Orlando, it might be Atlanta. Justice's dad said, swept the Bucks this year, bring them on. Yeah, we have a great matchup against the Bucks, which is why they would be my preferred first-round matchup, even though Giannis is absolutely horrifying to go up against. But, yeah, I think I'd still rather play the Bucks than have to play this Pistons team, only because this Pistons team, they're going to try and beat you up. They're going to make it as down and dirty as they can, because the Knicks are far more talented. And when you are going up against a team that's far more talented, you have to muck up the game. If you're constantly punching above your weight class, you have to make it a dirty contest in order for you to have an opportunity. Looky Lucci, what's up, Lukey? Pistons in 6, Knicks in 5, brother. Knicks in 5. Cavs Pacers, by the way, and the Cavs got a 7-point lead over the Pacers halfway through that second quarter. We're going to see the ending of that game before we get the ending of this game, it looks like. Charlie B. Cruz, what's up, Charlie? Rock Range, Knicks in 5, baby. Knicks in 5. You know the motto. Knicks in 5. And then we're going to wave them goodbye. Nice to see you guys, but get them out of here. Bridges has it up top, being guarded by, who is that, Thompson? Being guarded by Thompson. Coming to his right, off a double screen, driving it down. Now out to McBride. McBride's going to line up a 3. Duren doesn't come out to contest. In and out, and it stays out. And then out of bounds off of P.J. Tucker. McBride had a nice look at the basket, and it was halfway down, but... Looky Lucci said, Tibbs need a press conference to say Mikal Bridges can shoot whenever he wants. We're going to be all right, brother. We got Jalen Brunson on the squad. We're not worried about nothing. Duren has it up top. Hands it off to Cunningham, putting his head down, attacking to his right, down the lane, scoop blade with the right hand, got it to go over pressures Chua. Beautiful move from Cade Cunningham. 42-38, 7:19 to go. Bridges has it up top, coming to his right, blown by the defense. Little fall-away jumper off glass, gets it to go from Mikal. Beautiful move. Both teams trading baskets right now. Cunningham on the left wing, gets it over to Holland. Holland in the mid-post, backing down Campaign, leans in, puts up a floater, can't get it to stay, fight for the rebound, knocked out of his hand by Chua, and Campaign able to go out and recover it. Here comes Campaign bringing it down, out to McBride, quick crossover to his right on Cunningham, all the way to the basket, scoop lay with the right hand, got it to go, beautiful move. From Duece McBride, crossing up Cade Cunningham a little bit right there. Schroeder has it on the left wing, being guarded by Bridges, coming to his right, Tucker switches onto him, now they get it over to Harris, being guarded by Bridges. Backing him down, has it in the mid-post. Bridges knocks it out of his hands, and they call a foul on Mikal Bridges. I don't know about that call. That looked like some good physical play to me. Brunson subs back in for Payne, about halfway through the second quarter here. It's going a little bit of a run now, Knicks. Let's take a 10-point lead into halftime. I'd be happy about that. Let's try to build up a 10-point lead, leading by 8 right now. They get it into Schroeder. Schroeder hands it off to Cunningham, coming to his right, being guarded by McBride. Coming to his left now off the Duren rescreen, driving it down in the mid-range, leaning in, puts up a little mid-range jumper, in and out, can't get it to stay, fight for the rebound, Duren ends up with it in the paint, leaning in, and throws it down over Chua. Oh my goodness, Jalen Duren has a man-child right there. That is a grown man move right there from Jalen Duren. Bridges has it up top, gets it over to Brunson. Brunson driving to his left on Schroeder. Keeping it. Crossing over to his right. Spinning to his left. Losing his balance. Kicks it out to McBride. McBride on the left wing. Now he's going to put it up over Cunningham and rattles it in. Duece McBride's got the touch tonight. Right between the eyes of Cade Cunningham. Cunningham's going to cross over to his left down the lane. Gets caught in the air. McBride with the steal. Beautiful defense between he and Chua. McBride hit ahead to Brunson. Brunson in the right corner. He had to pick his dribble up. Saves it out to Chua. Beautiful save from Brunson. Chua keeps it. Driving it down the lane. Gets stripped. And it's going to go out of bounds. Chua saying he got grabbed. Chua, you got to kick that out to P.J. Tucker. Wide open in the left corner. Baby, get Uncle a shot, man. Get Uncle a shot. He's spying up. Ready and willing. Roy Valentino said they're not ready. First year. Knicks in 4. Knicks in 4. Knicks in 4. I'm going to give the Pistons the benefit of the doubt. They're a good team. They can get hot. Knicks in 5. McBride another 3. Can't get that one to go down. But a loose ball. Brunson ends up with it. Little jumper in the paint. And he can't get that one to go. Come on, fellas. Harris has it on the right wing. Being guarded by Tucker. Backing him down. Step back. Fall away jumper over P.J. Tucker. Gets it to go. Daniel Tilson, what's up, Daniel? Bridges has it up top, being guarded by Hardaway. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson, up top. Gets fouled by, who is that? Holland? Ron Holland. Daniel said, my wife gets mad at me for working way up in the air, but I work construction. Gotta do what you gotta do, Daniel. Gotta do what you gotta do. Because I dropped my microphone. It's really not a Sheffy show unless I drop my microphone. I don't know what to call here. I think there's a technical on JB Bickerstaff, the Pistons head coach, and there is a technical on Bickerstaff as Brunson's to the foul line for a free throw. Knock down your free throws. Thank you. Perfect free throw from JB. A free point for the Knicks. Back to an 8-point lead. 4:45 to go. Bridges has it up top. Brunson has it up top, excuse me. Brunson dancing with it against Holland. In and out dribble, driving to his right, down the lane, kicks it out to McBride in the left corner, and the pass was off from Jalen Brunson. McBride also got to slide over to that left corner, though. Miscommunication between the two players. They get it into Cunningham, now out over to Harris. Harris is going to bring it down against P.J. Tucker. Harris has it up top. Brunson switches onto him. They get it over to Duren. Duren being guarded by Achua. Over the top pass to Cunningham, being guarded by Bridges, backing him down in the paint, kicks it out to Hardaway, extra pass, Harris in the right corner, wide open for a three, and he rattles it in. Brunson bringing it down. Driving to his left, pass Hardaway, pulling it back out, kicks it out to McBride, extra pass to Bridges, right wing three from McHale, line me up, Mikal Bridges, thank you, brother. Get them 3 points right back up by 8, under 4 to go. And Hardaway will bring it down. Now over to Duren. Duren has it up top, coming to his left. They try to get it over to Cunningham. McBride with the beautiful steal and save from it going out of bounds. Brunson bringing it down now. Eurostep and kicks it out to Achua. Extra pass to McBride. Pump fake, step back. Over to Brunson. Brunson steps it out to the corner, being guarded by Duren. Brunson's going to look to isolate. He's saying, get the hell out of here. Patrick Phillips. What's up, Patrick? Hope you're having a good time tonight. Brunson a step back, right corner three, in and out, and in again. Oh, and there's the Knicks double-digit lead, y'all. And there it is, an 11-point lead for the New York Knicks. Executing to perfection, defense ticking up here, not giving an easy entry pass. Brother, you're going to have to make that a more difficult pass. Nothing easy. Nothing easy. Deuce McBride, phenomenal steal, and with the save behind the back from Deuce McBride, and the Knicks pushing the other way. I love it. I love it. Rock Range, Captain Clutch, absolutely. He's moving. Patrick Phillips said, are you a general NBA fan? No, we're Knicks fan. I mean, you can see the gear I'm rocking. I'm a Knicks fan. During the year, though, we do cover other NBA games. We will be covering the play-in games. And then during the offseason, I will be covering some, we'll be going back and watching some old school games. But we try to watch as many good games as we can. If there's not a good game on, we don't do it. We don't do it, right? Not going to waste our time. But we will, once playoff time comes around, we will be going live like we did during the main stretch of the NBA regular season. Well, we will be going live pretty much every night, Monday through Friday, trying to watch as many games as possible. George Jones, what's up, George Jones? Russell Field said, is Detroit playing their starters? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And Towns isn't even having a very good game tonight. Knicks with an 11-point lead, 3:24 to go. Patrick said, I do have some player bets tonight, all on the Knicks. As long as you don't have Towns, because Towns he's been pretty up and down so far. I mean, he's got 6 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, so he is filling up the stat sheet. But 3 turnovers and 3 fouls might keep him out of the game for extended stretches here. Because 3 fouls for him in the first half is usually not a good sign for him playing a whole lot in the second half. Considering once he's in foul trouble, he's never getting out of foul trouble. He's going to consistently stay in foul trouble. 25-26 said, Bucks would be a tougher matchup because Giannis is so dominant. Yeah, I mean, look, man, I think you're in for a fight between the Bucks and the Pistons. The Bucks are scary because Giannis is scary. But that's pretty much it. But I like our chances with OG on him, with Towns behind him, with Robinson playing every game, even Achua in a pinch. If you needed to throw him out there, he's a pretty decent matchup against Giannis. Giannis is going to do his thing. My whole thing is that I don't believe that Giannis by himself is going to beat this Knicks team, right? The Knicks have also, historically, done very well since they put this team together against the Milwaukee Bucks. They dominated them last year, dominated them the year before, dominated them this year. They swept the season series. So I'm not scared about the Bucks at all. The Pistons, the only thing that scares me is that like we may end up getting into a fight, or somebody may end up getting hurt because Detroit's getting real sloppy and physical, and Isaiah Stewart might push somebody over and roll their ankle or hurt their shoulder. Something like that could happen. That's the only thing that frightens me about playing the Pistons. Not that I think the Knicks could lose. Tom Thibodeau uses his challenge here, by the way. We're just coming back from the timeout. McBride guarding Cunningham. Cunningham's going to the basket. McBride knocks it out of his hands, and they called a foul, saying McBride got his arm, or there was body contact, and that's where they called a foul. Tom Thibodeau seeing enough. Too many ticky-tack fouls against the Knicks, and he's using his challenge here to try and send a message, whether he wins it or not. That's great hands from Duece McBride, by the way. That's not good hands. That's great hands. Unless they call a foul here on the body and they're calling a blocking foul, it's not a reaching foul. He got all ball there. Lookie said Bucks a better matchup, I think. I think so too. Like again, if Dame was healthy, I'd take the Pistons. Because the combination of Dame and Giannis is scary. I'd rather not have to deal with that. I still think the Knicks would win that series, no problem. But I'd rather not have to deal with one of the greatest players of all time in Giannis and one of the most clutch, insane shooters we've seen outside of Steph Curry and Dame Lillard. So I wouldn't want to have to deal with that. But considering Dame is out, and it's really just Giannis and a bunch of dudes, not worried about those other dudes. I don't think Giannis can beat them all by himself, which is why I'd rather play the Bucks, especially with the way the Knicks have played them this year. The Pistons, they're kind of a wild card. They're very annoying. Beasley can get hot for a game and beat you. Cunningham can go off for a game and beat you. So I'd rather not have to deal with that. Guitar in the breeze. What's up, Guitar? You're doing a great job with your commentary. I appreciate you, Guitar. Where'd your comment go? Where'd your comment go? Let me finish reading the comment. This is my preferred channel for play-by-play on YouTube. I appreciate you, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Happy you can enjoy yourself. Patrick said, Detroit becoming the Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman of the 90s physicality. Maybe not quite that tough. I mean, they're trying to hold on to that tough Detroit basketball reputation. It is definitely ingrained in that team's history. Trying to replicate some of it in modern day basketball. You obviously can't replicate a whole lot of it because of the way the NBA is officiated now and whatnot. But they're trying to bring it back. They're trying the hardest. But I'll tell you what, once they want to start winning basketball games, Isaiah Stewart's probably not a part of the team long term. He'll get traded, and then some of that toughness will go away. We'll see how Ron Holland continues to develop. He looks really good, and he's a guy who can continue their tough mindset and exterior right now. I do believe they changed the call. No foul on McBride, but it is out of bounds off of Duece McBride. Tom Thibodeau just sending a message. Like, hey, man, stop calling these fouls. They get it out to Duren. Duren hits Cunningham cutting back door, and he goes up for a two-handed slam. Come on. Shot clock is winding down, Duece. You got to recognize that. Can't top lock at that point. You want him out on the perimeter shooting a jumper. Great cut from Cunningham. Achua has it up top. Tries to hand it off the bridges. Good denial defense. So Achua gets it out to Brunson. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Hardaway. Driving to his left. They show two. Brunson's going to drive it down anyway and put up the floater. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Achua knocks it loose, but Hardaway picks it up, and he's going to slow it down a little bit. Now over to Cunningham, being guarded by Bridges. Cunningham has it up top. Throws it over the top to Harris, being guarded by Brunson. Backing him down. Along the baseline, gets stripped by Brunson. Out of bounds. Off of Tobias Harris. Ball going back to the Knicks. Good defense from Brunson there. Obviously giving up the size, not giving up the fight. 25-26 said, this Pistons team reminds me of the 21 Knicks. True. Teams have, and that's kind of where I was going with it, 25-26, is like when the Knicks started to want to play winning basketball, they got rid of a lot of those tough-minded guys who weren't very good at basketball, and replaced them with high-level skilled players. And then Some of the identity of the team shifts. Brunson, another step back three. This time tosses up an air ball. Ball going back to the Pistons. Justice's dad said, JB playing very close to 100% healthy, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, he's moving pretty well. Shot looking good. Still looks maybe like a quarter of a step slower than usual, but, you know, he's not very reliant on his explosion and quickness, so he should be all right. Beautiful inside pass to Thompson, and again, he gets stripped by Brunson. Brunson with some fantastic hands these last couple of possessions. Kwame Robertson, what's up, Kwame? Kevin Patrick Hogan, what's up, Kev? So far, so good. Pretty good, pretty good. 9-point lead. Again, I'd like a double-digit lead going into halftime. Give me a 10-point lead at least going into halftime. I'd appreciate it. Cunningham coming. You got to end the quarter strong, though. Cunningham down the lane, puts up a righty hook shot over Duece McBride, and again, utilizing the size. Utilizing the size. McBride, fantastic hands. A feisty defender, and Cunningham's just going to use his size to shoot over him rather than trying to bully his way to the basket. Bridges has it up top, swing through to his right, got an open lane in the basket, scoop lay with the right hand, can't get it to go. Come on, McHale. Hit a head pass to Beasley. He's got a wide open lane to the basket and throws it down with one hand. Achua, you got to get back, brother. But Beasley just beat him down the court. Now a 5-point game. Like I said, you got to end the quarter strong, and the Knicks are going the other way. Bridges has it on the left wing. Driving it down, shoves it over to Achua. He's going to fire a straightaway three. I don't like that. But he knocked it down. First option, Precious Achiuwa is really a different kind of player. He's really a different kind of player, Precious Achiuwa. Get those 3 points right back. 59-51, 8-point lead. Hardaway Jr. has it up top, being guarded by Brunson. They get it over to Cunningham, being guarded by McBride. Cunningham spins to his left, driving it down against Brunson now. They show two, kicks it out to a wide open Hardaway Jr. He's trying to respond, and he does just that, knocking down a three of his own. Oh my goodness, Knicks. Why bring an easy double team like that? McBride has it up top, gets it over to Achua. Achua being guarded by Duren, trying to get it to Brunson. Good to now defense. Achua driving to his right, putting his head down, attacking, leaves it off from McBride. Little mid-range pull-up jumper from Duece. He rattles it in the mid-range jumper. Duece McBride has also had the touch tonight. He's getting baskets all over the court. Raymond Vasquez, what's up, Raymond? Lorenzo Jacount, what's up, Lorenzo? Cunningham has it up top. Should be last possession of the quarter for them. It's about a 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Cunningham coming to his right. Brunson steps up, and a blocking foul on Brunson. And they're in the bonus, so that's 2 easy free throws from Cade Cunningham. Brunson just giving them points there. Slim Slam, what's up, Slim? Isaiah Gardner, what's up, Isaiah? Isaiah said, Knicks without OG, Hart, Duece, and they're still cooking. No OG, no Hart, no Robinson. Yeah, that's what you corrected earlier. No Mitch. Duece McBride is playing, no Robinson. Patrick said, Duren's going to get 12-plus rebounds tonight, or how about another 2-player triple-double? I don't know if we're going to get the 2-player triple-double, but Duren so far, 7 rebounds? Yeah, likely to get that. Cunningham at the foul line knocks down both of his free throws, back to a 5-point game. Quick hit ahead to Brunson. Brunson's going to bring it down, in and out dribble, all the way to the basket. Gets blocked, but he does pick up the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Is that the 3rd foul on Cunningham? That is 3 fouls on Cade Cunningham. So 3 fouls on Towns in the first half. 3 fouls on Cade Cunningham now in the first half. Keith Modeste, what's up, Keith? Russell Field said, when did the playoffs start? The playoffs start April 19th. We have the 6 days in between the regular season and the start of the playoffs to play the play-in games and figure out who are the 7 seed and the 8 seed in both conferences. Brunson knocks down both of his free throws, or knocks down his first free throw. I'm just kind of telling the future here. Brunson's going to knock down this next one. Brunson at the foul line. Knocked down the first one. Knock me down this next one. Come on, JB. And he misses the free throw. Cunningham picks up the rebound. He's going to try and rush it down. Chuck up a heave. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Almost got it to go down, but a 6-point lead at halftime is not really what I wanted. I wanted the 10-point lead. I wanted at least a double-digit lead, but I'll take, I guess, a 6-point lead. It's fine. At least he took a lead. He didn't necessarily end the corner as strong as you needed to, but K. Hazy said, I've seen enough. Brunson with 2 blocks, defensive player of the year. Hey, man, he's not as bad defensively as he kind of gets maligned for. He's obviously has his shortcomings defensively, and I use that word purposely, considering that most of his issues defensively come from the fact that he's small, right? But he tends to be in the right place at the right time, tends to fight even when guarding bigger players in the post. He's got pretty decent hands. Obviously, his biggest defensive impact comes from him either drawing charges or offensive fouls and stuff like that, utilizing his size and whatnot, but Patrick Taylor said, which team, in your opinion, is this game more important for and why? I don't think it has any importance whatsoever to the Knicks. I think the Knicks are very comfortable in who they are. I think they're very confident in what they can do, which is why they didn't feel the need to play a ton of guys. I also think part of it is hiding some of the defensive strategy, considering that the Pistons have not played Mitchell Robinson at all this year. Obviously, Mitchell Robinson missed about 3/4 of the season trying to come back from the injury. And so the first 3 games the Knicks played against the Pistons, Mitchell Robinson was not available. Now that he is available, the Knicks decided to hold him out tonight. I think part of it is like, hey, you don't get a look to see what it's like to play against Mitchell Robinson this year. You don't get to see it, considering that we're likely to play in the first round. So I think they're very confident in how they've been playing. Resting Anunoby is also a very good decision tonight for the Knicks. I think, obviously, a little bit of some game within the game kind of stuff because of the lead that Anunoby has taken the second half of the season, you know, being a lot more comfortable with the ball in his hands. The Knicks were like, hey, you don't get to see that either. You don't get to see an aggressive OG Anunoby. So I think the Knicks are very confident in their ability to win a playoff series against this Pistons team, whereas the Pistons have a lot to prove. So I guess this game is more important for them. I don't necessarily know how they feel. I guess Pistons, if there's any Pistons fans in the chat, you can let me know. But the Pistons have everything to prove. Pistons have to play hard every night because they are almost always at a talent deficit against other teams, and especially against high-level teams, which is what the playoffs are going to be like. So in a first-round matchup against whoever they end up playing, whether it's Milwaukee, Indiana, or the Knicks, Detroit's going to be in a talent deficit. And so they're going to be punching above their weight class. So it's important for them to show that, like, no, we can compete with these teams. And they have shown that all year, for sure. I'm not trying to malign the Detroit Pistons, but they're just young and they're new, and so you have a lot to prove. And so I guess the game means a lot more to them. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug? Susan, yes, the play-in tournament starts right away. Immediately at the end of the regular season, we're going to start seeing the schedules for the play-in games and who exactly is going to play who and when and where. But the start of the playoffs don't officially start until April 19th. So the Knicks get about 6 days off. Their last game is the 13th, and the playoffs don't start till the 19th. Actually, now that we're at halftime, we could pull up. First of all, we'll go over the box score, then we'll go over some schedule stuff. Empty promises, really? What's up, MT? I'd rather play Milwaukee or Indiana than Detroit in the first round. Oh, no, I don't want to play Indiana. I think Indiana is legitimately good. I think that's at least a 6-game series against Indiana. I don't want to do that. I think any series against Milwaukee or Detroit for the Knicks is a 5-game series. Keep Indiana out of here. You guys got to stop being so afraid of this Detroit team. They're good, they're spunky, they're feisty, they're tough, they're physical. But you are a much better basketball team than them. It'll be fine. I promise you. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? I'm doing good, brother. How are you? Mayweather said, would you be worried if Jaden Ivey can return by game 6 or 7? Not really. He's been off for so long, coming off the injury. You wonder how effective he's going to be, especially considering that prior to the injury, his game was very predicated off his explosion and athleticism. And maybe he's got that and he's ready to go. But I don't think this series is going to go 6 or 7. And even if it does, I'm really not concerned about a guy who hasn't played in, 4 or 5 months, 6 months almost, and coming back and being the difference maker at the end of it. So not really. Not really Mayweather. Not really about Jaden Ivey. If he can return for game 1 of the playoffs, then that does change things, for sure. Then it's like, oh, okay, now we have to pay attention to that. But if you're telling me he's going to return at some point in the middle of the series, not worried about it. Not worried about it. Patrick said, just to say the Knicks are only up by 2 games over Indiana. Fight for the 3-4 seed. Detroit wins the next 2, but probably need 3 straight and can move to a 5 seed instead of a 6 seed. Yeah, we've been monitoring both situations to see who the Knicks can end up playing. The only way the Knicks drop down to the 4 seed and the Pacers catch them is if the Pacers run the gambit and win out the rest of their games, and the Knicks lose all of their games. So if they lose tonight, and they lose to the Cavs tomorrow, and they lose to Brooklyn at the end of the year, then Indiana's going to have the opportunity by winning their last game to get in to the 3 seed and the Knicks drop down to 4. I don't suspect that could happen. Look, they do play the Cavs, and maybe the Cavs play all their starters tomorrow on the second night of a back-to-back, considering that they sat all their guys tonight for the most part. But the Knicks will win one of their last 2 games, either against the Cavs or tonight. If they win tonight, they lock up the 3 seed. Then it's locked in. You just need to win one more game, or Indiana needs to lose 1 game. As far as the Pistons dropping down to 6, it's looking unlikely, but if you didn't know, Patrick, because we've been looking at this, the Pistons' last 2 games... Oh, I'm not even showing you guys, my bad. The Pistons' last 2 games come against Milwaukee. So, these last two games against the Bucks will decide who's the 5 seed and who's the 6 seed, right? As far as the Pacers go in their last couple of games, I mean, they have to beat the Cavs tonight, and it looks like they're in a close game. We'll go around the league before we go over the next box score game. They play Orlando, and they play Cleveland again. So, we'll see. So if we go around the league, we're going to check this Indiana Pacers game. It's a close game. They're already starting their second half. It's a close game. Cleveland isn't playing any of their guys. Indiana's playing all of their guys. Indiana has to win tonight. If they don't win, they're locked into the 4 seed. So, which is why they're playing all their guys. Cleveland, though, they got nothing to really play for. They can't get the best overall record. They've fallen too far behind OKC. And they obviously can't fall down to the Celtics for the 2 seed this late into the season. So they're locked into the 1 seed, second best record overall. They got really nothing to play for at all. But Ty Jerome's going off. Jared Allen's already got 10 boards. Only got 3 points, though. Hunter's got 12. Mike, what's up, Mike? I'm a little late, but I'll take that score. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. We had an 11-point lead. I think has been our largest lead of the game. So 6 is fine. 6 is fine. Again, I would have preferred the double-digit lead, but it's fine. Patrick said, very interesting Bucks-Pistons ending, but granted, who do they really want to play? Who do the Bucks really want to play? I don't think they want to play the Knicks. I guess they want to play Indiana in a first-round rematch of last year's playoffs. But similar situation where Giannis was out that first round, and then Dame ended up going out in that first round, and it was pretty much Chris Middleton versus the Bucks, and that still went Chris Middleton versus the Pacers, and that still went 7 games. So, or 6 games, whatever it went. 6 games, I think it went. But I'll tell you what, Giannis against the Pacers in the playoffs is pretty interesting. Giannis could absolutely knock them out. Although I do think the Pacers win that. Again, I don't think Giannis is going to be able to beat somebody. He could win a first-round series on his own in a 4-5 matchup, but... Yeah, except Celtics or Cleveland, either one can lose. Yeah, any team can lose, for sure. I don't know what we're talking about here yet. Namar, what's up, Namar? But let's go over the box score. Let's see what we're looking at. Bernard Johnson said the playoffs are a different ball game. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Look, man, one injury can shift a series. We've seen time and time again. Like I just mentioned the Milwaukee Pacers series last year where Giannis is out, Dame goes down, and then it's pretty much Chris Middleton versus the Pacers in the first round. And then it's like, all right, the Bucks should have absolutely won that. But now all of a sudden the Pacers are in the second round going up against an injured Knicks team, right? And if the Knicks are healthy, they win that series in maybe 5 games, maybe 6, because the Pacers were playing well. We'll give them 6. But the Knicks win that series if they're healthy, right? They were down so many guys at that point. Part of a lengthy playoff run is also luck. It's also luck-based. Every championship run has involved some monicum of luck. Every single one. Sometimes it's a lot of luck, sometimes it's a little bit of luck, but luck always plays a factor in a team making a championship run or even making a late playoff run. And whether it's injury luck for your team in terms of guys staying healthy, or it's injury luck against the opponents where your opponent team kind of starts to falter and they start getting injured players, or it's matchup luck in terms of the standings kind of falling your way and you get nice matchups. Like if we play the Bucks in the first round, that's good luck for the Knicks, considering that it's probably an easier matchup than the Pacers in the sense that they match up well against the Bucks. Or maybe the Knicks do end up being matched up against the Pacers in the first round, and the Pacers' inexperience in the first round haunts them, and the Knicks win it in 4 or 5. That could, be luck swung their way. But luck plays a factor in every way. You got to be healthy. We talked about it a million times. The Knicks have some injury-prone players, including Anunoby, Towns, and Robinson. So you got to have some luck. AP, what's up, AP? Always hated the best-of-7 series for the first round. Should go back to the best-of-5. No one cares about the first round. I think with the amount of talent that is available in the NBA now, I think a lot of people are going to care about the first round this year. And people have cared about the first round for, I don't know, almost 10 years now. Almost. Maybe like 5 years. maybe like 10 years is a little stretching it. Going back 10 years, 2015, I don't know if we cared about the first round that much. But we're going to care about the first round this year. Not necessarily in the East, in terms of the 1-8 matchup. If I go here and we go to the standings and we look at some of the playoff matchups that we're going to get, you're going to have Cleveland versus either like Chicago or Miami. Get that series out of here. Nobody's watching that. But Boston versus either Orlando or Atlanta. I mean, the Orlando matchup could be interesting, but Boston's going to run through those guys. The Knicks first round matchup is going to be interesting. The 3-6, 4-5 is going to be interesting, so people care about those series. In terms of the West, Dallas, Sacramento. I mean, if Dallas starts to get healthy, they could put a scare into OKC if they end up being the 8 seed. They could absolutely put a scare in the 8 seed. Minnesota could be an 8 seed and play the Thunder in the first round. That's scary because, Ant-Man's not afraid of them. He's going to go into that series thinking like, oh, I'm the best player on the court. I could beat this team. So that's going to be an interesting series. The only series that's not interesting against the Thunder here is if it's either the Kings, the Grizzlies, the Kings, the Grizzlies, and that's pretty much it. Every other first round matchup here is interesting, right? So you want the Kings out of here, and you kind of want the Grizzlies out of here. But any other matchup is going to be very interesting. And the Suns, by the way, officially eliminated from playing. Chi-Chi, where are you at, brother? You wanted KD on the Knicks, but he can't even get the Phoenix Suns into the play-in, brother. They're 10 games under 500. You think that's the guy with his $50 million contract? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Patrick said, sorry to keep bothering you. You're not bothering me, brother. We just talking. Just randomly went here, and so caught my interest, even though you only talk about the Knicks, JK, which I do like, but not my fave. You're not bothering me, dog. We're just having a conversation. You're good. Ask all the questions you want. But yeah, I mean, I like basketball. The Knicks are my favorite team, so I pay most attention to the Knicks. This channel is mostly centered around the Knicks, but like I said before, we cover pretty much every team. We go around the league. We talk about every game. On off nights during the season, we watch games of other teams, right? We watch the game of the night. in what we think is going to end up being the best game of the night. Sometimes we get it wrong. And sometimes we end up sitting here watching a blowout, and then we'll end the stream early if it's not a game in the third quarter or anything. But, you know, we keep an eye around the league. Talk about it all the time. Patrick said, no way on Dallas. Unibrow will be injured by halftime for the first game. Hope not truly. Yeah. Thinking about it a little bit more, Dallas is, I think they're too far gone. With no Kyrie, not even a chance for him to return. You got to get Dallas out of there. You're right about that. Hold on, let me refresh my stream. Yeah, I'm far behind. Here we go. Start of the second half. Oh, yeah. The Gotham Sports app is awful. Here we go. We're back into it. Knicks with their starting five here tonight, back out on the court to start the third. Towns has it up top, hands it off to Brunson. Brunson dancing around the Towns handoff, blowing past the defense along the baseline. A little fall-away jumper. Can't get it to go. 5-on-4 as Brunson fell out of bounds. Here come the Pistons pushing the other way. Hands it off to Harris. Harris down the lane. Throws it to nobody, and it's a turnover. Ball going back to the Knicks. Terrible decision from Tobias Harris there. It was a 5-on-4, and he threw it to nobody. Sean Deese, what's up, Sean Deese? Yak said, Miami Twin Towers matchup against Cleveland, that's my upset? That'd be a crazy upset. Miami has not been very good this year. Towns hits the no-look pass to Achua in the paint. Scoop away with the left hand, gets it to go. Nice controlled move from pressure to Achua, didn't rush it. Steadied his feet, got bounced, and knocked down a little lefty hook shot. Back up by 8 by Knicks. Quickly get this 10-point lead back, please. Cunningham has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Coming to his left, driving it down, has it on the baseline. Step back, fall away. Baseline jumper for Cade Cunningham over Duece McBride, and again, just shooting over the top of him, utilizing his size, realizing, you know what? Let me not bully ball my way to the basket. McBride's got good hands. Let me just get to my spot and knock down this jump shot over him, because I could do that time and time again. And they call a foul on Tim Hardaway Jr., grabbing Mikal Bridges as he was trying to get post positioning on him. Charlie said, we might see an upset with the Hawks or Magic winning the first round. I don't know about that. Atlanta's missing Jalen Johnson, their second best player. Hard to win a first-round matchup as the 7th seed missing your second best player. You know, Towns has it up top, attacking to his left, leans in, puts up a hook shot over Jalen Duren. Well defended, and not a great shot from Karl-Anthony Towns there. Thompson driving it down, gets it over to Cunningham in the paint. Pump fakes, leaves it off to Duren. Duren gets a nice two-handed slam again off a beautiful pass and manipulation from Cade Cunningham there. Back to a 4-point game. Brunson dancing around the Pacers defense, kicks it out to McBride, a right wing three, no hesitation. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Towns with the offensive rebound, pass fake, down the lane, goes right into Duren, puts up the floater, can't get it to go, gets his own offensive rebound, and gets it to go off glass. Karl-Anthony Towns being a big man down there. He's looking for a foul call. He's not getting it, but at least he got the finish. Hardaway Jr. along the right baseline gets it out to Duren. Duren can't get it over to Harris. Now hands it off to Cunningham, being guarded by McBride. Coming to his right off the Duren screen. A pull-up three over Achua. Gets blocked by Precious Achua. Towns picks it up. Home run pass to Achua. And Achua's going to go down. Gets the foul on Hardaway Jr. A terrible foul as Achua throws it down with two hands. He's going to go to the foul line for one more, and the Knicks suddenly back up by 8 with a chance to go up by 9, keeping the Pistons an arm's length away. Not able to extend the lead any further so far than about 10 or 11 points, but keeping it in that range. And if the Knicks can get loose, they can send it 15 plus, and that's kind of where you want to be. Especially down 3 key role players here tonight. MBM said, let's have a good quarter. Imperative to have a good third quarter here. Achua at the foul line, knocks it down. Thank you, Precious. He's been phenomenal tonight. Got to give him his flowers tonight. Patrick said, I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, but a New York Jets fan somehow? How did that happen, dog? How are you a Jets fan, but slightly a Memphis fan, but honestly followed by Nick Charlotte second? Oh, I appreciate you, brother. I didn't know you were a Knicks fan. I just thought maybe you stumbled in here, so I appreciate you. And the Knicks, I didn't even notice it, but came up with another defensive stop, and then Mikal Bridges out and running, got a lefty layup out of it. So Knicks back up by 11. Let me rewind it real quick, see what happened. Rewind it real quick. Achua knocked down his free throw. Cool. We got a timeout, so let's watch it again real quick. Cunningham was bringing it down. McBride's on him on the right wing, coming to his left. Cross-court pass to Harris. Harris lines up a left corner three over Bridges. He can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. And he just got up out and running and just beat the Pistons down the court and got an easy righty layup out of it. Ooh. That's how we ended up with an 11-point lead off a layup from Mikal Bridges. Bernard Johnson said, Knicks defense, that's right. I mean, they're down three of their most impactful defenders. They got Bridges out there, and Achua's not a bad defender, and he's been on one tonight. And Brunson's having a pretty decent defensive game, and McBride's been great on Cunningham. It's been great, just irritating him a little bit. Cunningham's obviously still going to get his because he's a great player. He's an awesome player. You guys know how I feel about Cade Cunningham. I've dived down my fanboy of Cade Cunningham a little bit tonight since you guys complained the last time, which I understand. I understand. Fanboyed out a little bit about Cade Cunningham the last time. Sean Collins, appreciate you, Sean. Channel is clutch with no MSG access. I know, the MSG access thing sucks. I pay for the Gotham Sports app. It is a ridiculous price. It's like $310 a year. Actually, I think they lowered it to like $270 or something. Either way, I'm paying close to, with tax, you end up paying close to $300 anyway. Which is ridiculous. Which is ridiculous to watch a basketball team for a season. Literally just one team. It's the only reason why I have it and have to pay $300 for it. So I understand why some people either can't afford it or refuse to pay that price, which I completely understand. If I weren't doing these games, I would probably look to illegally stream these games. I would figure out another way to watch it. I would not shell out $300 to watch. It's crazy. It's crazy. But Shade, what's up, Shade? You're a large part of the reason why we do this show, Sean. Just give people an opportunity to at least listen to the game in some way. I wish I could show you the game. I really do. It would be a lot easier to do the commentary over actually being able to show you the game. Maybe in the future. I know they have playback TV. I know that's an option. That's a route. You could dual stream it. The issue is that you're streaming it to playback TV, and then playback TV is allowing you to restream it on other platforms, when I'd rather stream it on my YouTube channel and then restream it over to the playback TV channel. But they don't allow that the last time I looked onto it. So maybe in the future we'll try it. Here we go. We're back into it. Cunningham bringing it down, being guarded by McBride. Cunningham up top. 9 minutes to go here in the third. Knicks with an 11-point lead. They get it over to Hardaway. A mid-range pull-up jumper from him. Comes up short. Fight for the rebound. Good box out from Achua and Towns. Achua comes out with it. Brunson bringing it down. Has it up top. In and out dribble coming to his right. Blowing past the defense. Shoves it over to Towns. A mid-range jumper from Towns wide open. Can't get it to go. Towns got to spread that out to the three-point line. Don't come down. Don't come closer, brother. Don't come closer. Stay out by the three-point line. Brunson got you. Hardaway Jr. off a screen. Puts up a mid-range jumper. And this time he knocks it down. Missed the first one. Knocks down the second one. Brunson bringing it down. Has it up top. Coming to his right. Has it on the right wing. They leave him. He's going to fire a three. All-Star Thompson recovers, though, and comes up with a block coming over. Bad shot from Brunson. Great effort from Thompson. Hardaway Jr. gets it over to Tobias Harris. McBride jumped the passing lane yet again and knocked it out of bounds. No easy entry passes when Duece McBride is guarding in the post. He's obviously giving up size, but he's going to jump that passing lane. He's going to knock that ball loose. They get it in the Hardaway. He gets open off the screen, fires a three. In and out, can't get it to stay. Achua with the rebound. Here comes McBride. Brunson has it up top. We didn't even get to go through the box score. I guess we'll go through the box score at the end of the third, or maybe at the next timeout break, but either way. Achua is up to 18 points. Bridges gets caught in the air, but feeds it off to Towns, and Towns down the lane for an easy one-handed jam. Beautiful pick and roll between Bridges and Towns. Cunningham has it on the right wing. Throws the lob inside to Thompson. Gets fouled by Achua. He can't get the dunk to go down. A beautiful lob pass from Cunningham. But it's going to send Thompson to the foul line for 2 free throws. Great foul from Precious Achua. Don't give him the easy two. Send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. Guy who can be very consistent from the foul line. Patrick said, in Towns, would you please shoot a three-pointer? I need to at least, and 3 even better. And dang, Beasley, where are you at with your threes? Towns' three-point volume is not great. Not great this season. Tom Thibodeau Not very creative with getting Karl-Anthony Towns open look from three. And the Knicks got burned by Malik Beasley in their previous matchup. I think he had like 5 or 6 threes against them or something like that. And so they clearly have emphasized, don't leave this man. Guard him. Thompson knocked down the first free throw, misses the second, and that's why you foul and don't give him the easy layup. Split the free throws. Only 1 point on that possession. McBride has it on the right wing. Coming to his left off the Town screen. Ball knocked out of his hands. He goes out to recover it. Over to Brunson on the left wing. Brunson being guarded by Hardaway Jr. Going to run the pick and roll with Achua. Achua slips the screen. Brunson's going to dance with it. A pull-back pull-up three. Knocks it down. JB, line me up. My goodness. 13-point lead for the Knicks is now their largest lead of the game. Cunningham on the right wing. Beautiful dribble moves around the Knicks defense. Kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson taking off to the basket. Misses the lefty layup, but Jalen Duren right there for the offensive rebound and putback. Oh my goodness. Hanging on the rim too. Knicks trying to push it quickly the other way. Now over to Bridges. Bridges. Mid-range pull-up jumper over Duren. Can't get it to go. Achua fighting for the offensive rebound, but knocked out of bounds by Hardaway Jr. Ball's going to remain with the Knicks. Hardaway Jr. is adamant to use their challenge here, but I don't think they're going to use it here. They get it in the Bridges. Bridges gets caught in the air, kicks it out to nobody. McBride able to recover it. He's going to walk into a pull-up three over Duren. In and out, can't get that one to go. Bridges saves the rebound again, and they call an offensive foul on Towns, wrestling under the basket with some guards. Brother, what are you doing? That's 4 fouls on Towns now. Come on, Towns. Kevin said Towns got to concentrate solely on defense. His offense is not a worry. Yeah, we're not worried about his offense, but there's his 4th foul. So he's been almost non-existent tonight. PJ Tucker up off the bench to get Towns out of there. Patrick said, very good point, but I still believe in Towns. That's my boy. Well, there's his 4th foul, so now he's out. Now he's out. So probably out for the rest of the quarter. 6:47 to go here in the third, halfway through, about halfway through. So he's probably done for the rest of the quarter. So unless he starts to go off in the 4th, which is very possible, highly unlikely he gets some 3-point attempt. Those 3-point shots up. Duren tries to get it out to Beasley. McBride jumped the passing lane and out of bounds. And then Cunningham knocks it out of bounds, but it's going to remain with the Knicks and they get it under their own basket. 11-point lead for the Knicks. Can they extend it? Brunson's going to inbound it. They get it into McBride under the basket. Saves it back out to Achua as he was falling out. Now over to Bridges. Bridges on the right wing, attacking, going along the baseline, picks his dribble up, kicks it out to McBride, extra pass to Brunson. Brunson on the right wing, leans in, steps back, another shot. JB, same spot, same shot, but a different result as he misses it this time off the left side of the rim. Cunningham coming down the other way, trying to push it quickly. Bridges comes up with a pass. They tried to hit the pocket pass to Thompson, and Bridges picked it off. McBride has it, handed off to Bridges. Bridges, a mid-range jumper, lost his bounce. He got it to go down anyway. Knicks now back up to 13. Beasley on the left wing as they're pushing it in transition. His first 3-point shot of the night, I believe, and he misses it. Brunson bringing it down, being guarded by Thompson, has it on the left wing. Brunson coming to his left, in and out dribble, coming down the lane, knocked out of his hands by Thompson. Great hands from him. Now he's pushing it the other way. Thompson over to Cunningham in transition, a pull-up straightaway 3. Knocks it down, back to 10. Pistons refuse to go away. Knicks may have kept them at an arm's length away all night long, but the Pistons refuse to go away. And this becomes a close game here in the 4th quarter. Cade Cunningham is that guy. He is that guy. But we know Captain Clutch going to have us in. So they don't want a close game. They want to come in and try to grab a sizable lead over the Knicks. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Patrick said leave him in. They're not going to leave him in, man. Slim Slammer said regroup. Good timeout from Bernard as well. Yeah, good timeout. Calm it down a little bit. Little helter-skelter play right now. That's the second time, or the third time actually, that the Pistons were able to get out in transition like that and get a nice open look from 3. The first time was Beasley and he missed it. This time from Cade Cunningham. And it's like, all right. Let's calm it down. Let's play a half-court game. Our half-court is much better than their half-court game. All they really have is Cade Cunningham and not many other creators. So as long as we can slow him down, Duece McBride's done a solid job of slowing him down. Let's get back to playing a half-court game. Let's call this timeout. We'll reset everything. We'll regroup like you guys said. Smart timeout. Smart timeout. And Empty Promises said Brunson 3 turnovers. Yeah, uncharacteristic game for Brunson, who is generally a very low turnover guy. Part of the reason why we love him. Looking at it, Chua with 18, Bridges with 13, Towns with 10, Brunson with 15, McBride with 12. And then off the bench, Payne with 7, Shamit with 3. Not much from the Lon Wright in his 6 minutes. PJ Tucker's played 17 minutes tonight. PJ Tucker. I guess he's our backup center, technically, right? With Achua in the starting lineup, we don't have a backup big. So, he comes in for Towns, and then Achua slides over to center. With obviously Huckporti tearing the meniscus, trading Jericho Sims, and Mitchell Robinson not playing tonight. And then obviously with Anunoby also out, yeah, there goes our bigs. There goes all of our bigs. The Pistons, it's been Cunningham and Duren. Duren with 10 rebounds. He's 8 for 8 from the floor, all pretty much dunks. But Cunningham up to 21 points, 9 for 14 from the field with 5 assists. He also has 3 turnovers, though. Turnover game, Knicks have 8, Pistons have 10. So about even. Knicks with a slight lead in the turnover game. Mike said, got to keep playing defense, y'all. Yeah, their offense is kind of letting them down by either getting some bad shots or turning it over and allowing the Pistons to get out and run and get some easy offense, which isn't great. So their offense is kind of letting down their defense right now. So here we go. Let's see how they respond. They got a 10-point lead. Brunson slips and falls, gets it out to Tucker. And a backcourt violation by the Knicks as Brunson slipped and fell. And he's slow to get up. Did he roll the ankle again? No, he was just slow to get up. Oh, he did roll it again. He did roll it again, a little small roll. Not a big deal, looks like, though. He's going to remain out there, not even looking at the bench. Cunningham gets it over to Duren. Duren has it up top, being guarded by Achua. Hands it off to Beasley. Beasley coming to his right, slips and fall. Almost lost it out of bounds. He picks it back up. Now gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham being guarded by McBride. Coming to his left. Crosses over to his right. Down the lane. Through the lane. And gets a beautiful righty scoop layup to go over Achua. My goodness. A beautiful move from Cunningham. I'd like to see Precious either foul him there or go for a block and get a goaltend. Something. Don't give him the easy layup. McBride has it on the left wing. Attacking. Going to the basket. Up against Duren. Gets blocked by Duren. Thompson picks it up, and they're pushing the other way, and they're off and running. Thompson, down the lane, against Bridges, goes up, off glass, can't get it to go, but Cunningham right there for the tip up and in. And Cade Cunningham looking to take over here, trying to get his team back in this game. Brunson's going to bring it down against Schroeder. Now gets it over to Bridges. Bridges over to Achua. Now back to Brunson. Brunson gets ran into by Dennis Schroeder. 4:28 to go here in the third quarter. It's a 6-point game. Things starting to get a little feisty. Schroeder doing a little bit of a standover over Brunson. Achua came over and kind of gave him a little shove. Like, all right, dude, you're doing too much. Alyssa Lester. What's up, Alyssa? So Brunson gets it in the Bridges. Bridges along the left corner, attacking, kicks it out. McBride, an open corner 3. Can't get that one to go. Fight for the rebound. Ball knocked loose, but Duren able to pick it up. And he gets it out to Thompson, and Thompson's out and pushing. Thompson over to Schroeder. Schroeder on the right wing. Hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham has it in the right corner. Brunson switched onto him. Brunson trying to stay in front, but Cunningham has the size and strength advantage. Spins, gets fouled by PJ Tucker. And I think they got him in the act of shooting. He's going to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. Russell Field said resting 3 Knicks starters for the playoffs. Yeah, three key guys in the rotation, obviously, with Josh Hart, Anunoby, and Robinson out tonight. You got more than enough to win. Tibbs, I'd like to see some of the bench guys come in. The bench guys were solid in the first half. Get the bench guys in. I don't know why we have to play the whole third quarter with the starting lineup out there. Don't know why we got to do that. Cunningham does miss the first free throw, and you know what we love about that? We love when our opponents miss free throws. Time and time again, we love it. And he misses both. Ball don't lie, baby. Ball don't lie. Albert, what's up, Albert? What do you think about LaMelo Ball? Once he matures, he's going to be a problem. Got to get a little bit more mature, though. Bridges has it on the left wing. Kicks it out to McBride. McBride Putting his head down, attacking to his left, spinning to his right, down the lane, scoop layup with the right hand, can't get it to go. Well contest from Thompson. A lot of contact, no foul call. Cunningham out and running, kicks it out to Schroeder. Schroeder in the left corner. He's going to pump fake and gets fouled by P.J. Tucker. Now, P.J. Tucker's going to stand over him a little bit. All right, a little bit of a response from P.J. Tucker. There's your tough guy, guys. There's your tough guy. Everybody's been wanting a tough guy on the Knicks. There's your tough guy. Respond a little bit from P.J. Tucker, standing back over him. AB said ball has done nothing for Charlotte. He's giving us some entertainment, man. So that's valuable. It's valuable. He's been an all-star for them. That's valuable. You know? They've dealt with a lot of injuries. But I also think a big part of it has been his immaturity. When you're a leader as immature as he's been so far, it kind of seeps through the rest of the team. But, you know, they're going to be good. Miller's good. As Cunningham comes up short in his mid-range shot. Campaign is subbed into the game, thankfully, finally. Bridges bringing it down, coming to his right after the Achua screen. A high screen, driving it down, going along the baseline, kicks it out. P.J. Tucker, a left corner three, line me up. Oh, P.J. Tucker, welcome to the Knicks. His first three is a Knick, baby. Hit the light for P.J. Tucker. Oh, I love to see P.J. Tucker knock down a three. His first one in his Knicks career. Cunningham off the handoff from Stewart, driving it down, pump fakes in the lane, fall away jumper, gets it to go, smooth move from Cade. He is locked in right now here in the third quarter, trying to keep the Pistons' hopes alive here tonight. It is a 7-point game. Bridges on the right wing, over to Payne, now over to Achua. Achua's going to line up a straightaway three. Why? Why, man? Not in rhythm, not on balance. You're going to chuck up a three. Cunningham coming down, a pull-up three over Tucker. Excuse me. Cunningham, a pull-up three over Tucker, splashes it. And like I said, he is keeping his team in the game. I got to turn the lights off because now here comes Cade. Here comes Cade. McBride has it up top, dancing around the Achua screen, coming to his left, got a little bit of space, and they call a foul. Davey said, how about the Magic blowing up the Celtics yesterday? I didn't even see it, not going to lie. I didn't even see any of it. Let me see. I didn't even know. Yeah, 96-76. Did nobody play for the Celtics? Yeah, nobody played for the Celtics. They sat everybody. They started Shireman, Craig, Hauser, Cornette, and Pritchard, so it means nothing. Isaiah Stewart with a block on McBride as he's going to the basket. McBride saying he got hit on the arm. McBride went up for the dunk. A lot of wrist. A lot of wrist. Payne gets it in the Bridges. Bridges kicks it out to Achua. Achua back to Bridges. Bridges coming to his right. Down the lane. Little push floater. Gets it to go. There you go, Mikhail. Cunningham bringing it down. 2 minutes to go. Has it on the right wing, being guarded by McBride. Cunningham is the hottest man on the court right now. Show multiple bodies. Along the baseline. Up top to Beasley. Extra pass to Harris. Harris a three. Knocks it down again. And the beautiful manipulation from Cade Cunningham ends up with a wide open three for Harris. McBride bringing it down. It's a three-point game. It's a one-possession game. McBride over to Tucker. Tucker back to McBride. McBride inside the Bridges. Bridges along the baseline. And I think they called the foul. They call a foul on Harris. Harris saying he got all ball, I think. Or maybe he's telling them don't use the challenge. That's 4 fouls on Harris. Oh, no, he immediately signaled the challenge saying he didn't foul him. But they're not going to use the challenge there. So Bridges at the foul line for 2 free throws. The Knicks are in the bonus. Both teams in the bonus for the final minute and 40 here. Bridges knocks down the first free throw. Avery said Cunningham's going to be the next Madison Square Garden villain. I mean, he's awesome, man. He's absolutely awesome. But he hasn't had OG Anunoby on him. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. He's still going to get his baskets, don't get me wrong, but Bridges knocks down both of his free throws, a 5-point lead for the Knicks, 1:30 to go here in this third quarter. McBride jumps the passing lane again, almost comes over the steal, does come over the steal. Ball is still loose. Beasley able to dive onto it. And then they call a foul on Bridges, brother. Pick the dang ball up. It's going to send them to the foul line. They're in the bonus. Bridges, what are you grabbing them for? That's a weak foul call. That's a weak foul call. It is a weak foul call. So Beasley's at the foul line for 2 free throws. And he misses a free throw. 3 straight missed free throws for the Pistons. Ball does not lie. The NBA gods do not play around with these fake foul calls. Bridges to the bench. Shaman and Payne have subbed in. DeLon Wright also subs in. McBride also to the bench. Beasley at the foul line. He looks a little upset with himself. Does knock down the second one. 85-81, a 4-point game, 1:20 to go. DeLon Wright bringing it down. Gets it over to Payne. Payne up top. Coming to his right off the Achua screen. Driving it down against the defense. In the lane. Leaves it off. Achua goes up. Lefty layup. Blows it. Fight for the rebound. And they call a foul on Cam Payne. What are you doing, brother? They're in the bonus. Some low IQ basketball right now. They're in the bonus campaign. What are you doing being aggressive with Tobias Harris? Fighting for a rebound you don't have a chance of getting. AB said, I thought the Knicks were going to have 57 wins this year. Hey, man, maybe next year. Maybe next year. You know? They got a lot to figure out this year. Mitchell Robinson not coming back until, like, the last quarter of the year. You know? Sucks. They should have had closer to 57 wins than they have right now, for sure. But, you know, they lost some very winnable games. Harris knocks down both free throws. A 2-point game. DeLon Wright bringing it down. A little over a minute to go. Payne gets it over to Towns. Towns is back in the game, by the way. Towns has it up top. Coming to his right. Hands it off to Payne. Payne's got a open space. Pump fakes. Hands it off back to Towns. Towns down the lane. Leans in. Kicks it out. DeLon Wright. A left wing 3 as he steps out to the 3-point line. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Tim Hardaway is able to grab it. Here comes Schroeder bringing it down. Under a minute to go. Driving to his right. Past DeLon Wright. Scoop lay with the right hand. Gets it to go. And it's a tie ball game, y'all. Terrible third quarter from the Knicks here. Fantastic third quarter from the Pistons to tie back up. They were down by as many as 15. Cam Payne has it up top. Coming to his right. Off the Town screen. Driving it down. In the lane. Puts up a terrible floater. He's looking for a foul call. What are you doing, Cam Payne? Some low IQ basketball from Cam Payne here. They get it over to Harris. Harris shoves it back out to to Schroeder, and they call an offensive foul on Tobias Harris, shoving off on Landry Shamet. He is incensed, saying he didn't do that. But either way, it's going to be 2 free throws for Landry Shamet. Abe said, I think we get 51 wins. Nets will be the last win. Yeah, they got this game tonight. You think they're going to lose tonight? Again, not shocking that you think they're going to lose, AP, tonight. And they got the Cavs tomorrow. We'll see if the Cavs play their guys, if they continue to rest them. And then they obviously end the year against Brooklyn. And that should be a win. Should absolutely be an easy win. Payne turns it over. A bad pass from Payne. Horrible end to the quarter from Cam Payne. Comes up with a steal here. Good defense from Shamet. Payne bringing it down. Shot clock winding down, just chucks it up at the basket, can't get it to go, and that's going to be the end of our third quarter, tied at 85. Cam Payne, oh my goodness, an absolute disaster of the last 2 minutes for Cam Payne, who just came into the game. What are you doing? What are you doing? Mike said sit Payne down. He was just all over the place. Fouling guys indiscriminately, like what are you doing? You're fighting for that's not your role. Don't fight for the rebound. He grabbed the rebound already. Ends up fouling Harris. Turnovers, bad shot selection from Cam Payne, a tough floater across the lane as he's falling out of bounds. What are you doing? So, let's talk some things over. So regroup. Let's get to the fourth quarter. All you got to do is win the quarter, y'all. It's not complicated. Just win the fourth quarter. You're going to be all right. Irving Green, what's up, Irving? I do not like Payne. Payne's not my favorite player either. That's for sure. We've talked about the positive and negatives of swapping Payne and DeLon Wright in the rotation. Payne is a guy with speed, can pick up the pace of a game, his play can be infectious. Those are the positives of Cam Payne. He's a good ball handler, right? The negatives of Cam Payne, very erratic shooting, very, I don't want to say poor decision maker. He's kind of a poor decision maker overall. Plays outside of his role at times. Isn't a knockdown three-point shooter, but is not bashful about getting them threes up. And it's like, all right, brother, I need you to have better shot selection here. As a backup point guard, I need you to be better. And then when you go to DeLon Wright, it's like, what are his positives, what are his negatives? Well, he's not going to do a whole lot of ball handling. He's not going to do a whole lot of attacking with the ball in his hands. He's going to do a whole lot of giving the ball up and going to go stand on the wings and in the corners. But he's a very good defender. He's got a lot more size and a lot more strength than Cam Payne does. He's just as good of a shooter, but doesn't have the volume that Cam Payne has. So there are trade-offs. I think DeLon Wright is slightly better for this rotation. I think he fits this team better. I think he's better as a point of attack defender. I think he fits better alongside Duece McBride, who could also, he's a journeyman point guard as well. So, but Mr. New York said, they're sliding in, they're falling, and they can't get up. Well, they're going to have to get up here in this fourth quarter. They're going to have to. Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. Dennis Schroeder bringing it down. Tied ball game. DeLon Wright guarding him. Has it up top. They get it over to Beasley, who gets open off the screen. Wide open straightaway three. Rushed it a little bit. Comes up well short. Tucker with the rebound. Here comes Cam Payne. We got Cam Payne, DeLon Wright, P.J. Tucker, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Landry Shamet out there. Payne gets it over to Shamet. Shamet on the left wing. And they call a foul on Isaiah Stewart, getting too physical and too handsy with Karl-Anthony Towns. Charlie said, is this an on-bearing game for the Knicks? Kind of. Towns a left corner three, and he rattles it in. There's one, Patrick. There's a three. Holland down the lane, puts up the floater off glass, gets it to go over Cam Payne. Cam Payne bringing it down. Tied at 87. Why is it tied at 87? Why is my score wrong? They get it over to Shamet. Shamet on the left wing. They get it over to Towns. Towns on the left wing. He's going to face up against Stewart. Swings through to his left. Backing him down. Driving to his right. Cross the lane. One-legged throws it up at the foul line. Can't get it to go. P.J. Tucker, an offensive rebound. Kicks it back out to Payne. Payne catches. Pump fakes. Driving it down across the lane. Scoop layup. High off glass with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Towns, an offensive rebound and a putback. Towns starting to heat up here in the fourth quarter. That's 5 quick points from him to start the fourth. Harris bringing it down, gets it over to Schroeder. Schroeder up top being guarded by Wright, coming to his right. Now gets it out to Harris. Harris on the left wing, puts up the three as P.J. Tucker went for the steal. Harris comes up short on the three, grabs the rebound. Here comes DeLon Wright on the right wing. Coming to his left off the Town screen, driving it down, and they call the foul out on the perimeter. That's 2 team fouls already to start the quarter. They're going to start racking up for the Pistons if they don't watch themselves. And get the Knicks in the bonus early. 89 to 87, a 2-point lead for the Knicks. Precious Achiuwa is going to sub in here. Okay, Hazy Tucker's the only one who boxes out. He's a phenomenal box-out player. Going back to his time in Phoenix, to his time in Houston, to his time in Milwaukee, to his time in Houston, he's always been great at that. Towns across the lane, spins off of Stewart, knocks down a little one-handed floater in the lane. My goodness, Towns to start. He's looking to take over here. That's 7 quick points for him to start the quarter. And they call a foul on Cam Payne here, holding on to Ron Holland a little bit. And the refs, they're going to start calling these ticky-tack fouls. They don't want this getting physical. They know the Pistons' reputation. They're going to start calling them now. McBride's going to check back in for Cam Payne here. Thank goodness get Cam Payne out of the game. He has been very erratic here in the second half. Schroeder has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Driving to his right, putting his head down. Kicks it in the corner to Holland. Holland being guarded by Achua. Swings through to his left. Achua knocks it out of his hands, and then they call a foul. The ref's calling it too tight now. Way too tight right now. 3 fouls on Precious Achua. I think that's also 2 fouls now on the Knicks. 2 fouls on the Pistons, 2 fouls on the Knicks. Both teams are going to be in the bonus early. That's just good defense from Precious Achua, in my opinion. I didn't see the foul there. But the refs obviously want to take control of this game and got way too physical in that third quarter. Cunningham has it up top, crosses over to his right, gets caught in the air, but leaves it off to Stewart at the last second, and a nice bounce pass to Ron Holland for a two-handed slam. Shaman's going to bring it down. Now they get it over to McBride. McBride has it up top, being guarded by Holland. Coming to his left, out to Towns. Towns has it up top, jab step. Hits McBride coming back door. Scoop-lay with the right hand, gets chased down, blocked by Holland. The ball's still loose. Towns able to pick it up. And he throws it to nobody. Who are you throwing it to? Now they get it out to Beasley. He's going to throw down a one-handed slam. And a timeout from Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks. And they have to bring in Brunson because nobody is able to... You need a point guard out there. You need a point guard out there. They're throwing the ball all around right now. Michael Brown said, you left off the point from the Towns 3. I had the point, but the Knicks scoreboard, the MSG broadcast, didn't have it. Let me see what the official score is right now. It's 91-91. That's what they have. That's why I changed it. I did give him the 3. I guess they said his toe was on the line. They ruled it a 2, I guess. I don't know. Unless they owe us a point. Unless they owe us a point. But so this is going to come down to Jalen Brunson versus Cade Cunningham. Let's be real. Achua has 18 points, and he's been solid tonight. But he had, 14 points in the first half? He's had 4 points since. You know, nice solid start from him, but... Bridges 7 for 10. He's got 17. Towns with 16. Brunson with 15. McBride. Yeah, they ruled Karl-Anthony Towns corner 3 a 2-point shot. Because looking at the box score now, he's 0 for 0 from 3. Karl-Anthony Towns not taking any threes tonight is an absolute travesty. Like, this is an absolute failure on the head coach. Let's be real. This number is a failure on the head coach. Not being able to utilize your stretch center is disgusting. It's disgusting. Right? J5, what's up, Jay? I need Jalen to go over 26.5. Well, Jalen is sitting at 15. So he's going to have to go off here in this fourth quarter. And honestly, he's going to have to go off in this fourth quarter if the Knicks want to win this game. So there's that. There's that. K. Hazy said, Cat never sets a real screen. It's always a ghost screen. Yeah, it's more like a brush screen. It's more like a brush screen, right? It's kind of shoulder to shoulder with the defender rather than him getting wide and setting a big, strong screen. You know? He wants to slip it. He wants to get open going towards the basket or slip it and step out to shoot the 3 or whatever, but he wants that ball back. So he's not looking to free up the ball handler. He's looking to get that ball back off from the screen. McBride bringing it down. The Knicks come out with the same 5. I think you got to get Brunson back in as soon as he can. They kick it out to Towns. Towns finally launches his first 3 of the game and breaks it off the side of the backboard. Holland picks up the long rebound. Now gets it over to Beasley in the right corner, being guarded by Shamet. Driving to his left on Shamet. Bully balling his way to the basket and knocks down a floater over him. DeLon Wright bringing it down. Pistons' first lead since 26-24 early in the first quarter, or midway through the first quarter. McBride has it on the right wing. Attacking, down the lane, leaves it off. Towns, a foul line floater, knocks that one down. Now we're trading baskets. Patrick said Towns is going to finish with 2 more threes guaranteed. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. Hasn't even taken him. Cade Cunningham has it in the post, being guarded by DeLon Wright. Packing him down all the way down the lane. Lefty hook shot gets it to go over DeLon Wright. McBride gets it over to Towns. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Stewart. Putting his head down, attacking, a lot of contact. Puts the floater up off glass, can't get it to go. DeLon Wright comes flying in, and a loose ball foul, I think, on Cade Cunningham. I think that's his 4th foul. Or 5. He had 4. He's got 4. Did they give him the 5 here? No, that's his 4th foul. It's his 4th foul. DeLon Wright's got to get it in. Nobody's open. They get it over to McBride. McBride gets it over to Towns. Towns up top, coming to his left. Hands it off to Shamet. Shamet over to McBride. A right wing 3 for Duece. Can't get that one to go down. Holland with the rebound. Here comes Schroeder. Cross-court pass to Cunningham. Cunningham has it on the right wing, being guarded by Shamet, and he's going to dance. Clear out the whole side. Loses the handle, picks it back up along the baseline. Can't get the layup to go. Fight for the rebound. The ball is loose. They knock it loose. Holland picks it up. He's going to put his head down. He's going to attack. Wide open lane to the basket, and he knocks down a little floater right in front of the rim. No rim protection down there. Nobody was down there to help. 4-point lead for the Pistons here. When are you going to bring in Jalen Brunson, Tibbs? When are you going to do it? McBride on the left wing. Quick crossover to his left. Driving it down. Pulls it back out. Out to Towns. Towns coming to his right, being guarded by Stewart. Driving it down. Putting his head down. Attacking. They bring over the help defender with Schroeder, and he takes it right out of Towns' hands. They need a point guard out there, and Brunson remains on the bench. All right. Maybe Tom Thibodeau doesn't care about winning the game tonight. That's interesting. Schroeder down the lane gets blocked by Achua. Towns with the rebound. Quick outlet to McBride. McBride over to Shamet. Shamet a transition 3 in the right wing. Thank you, Landry Shamet. Knocking down a big 3 right there. Here you go, Landry. There you go, Landry. Cunningham has it on the left wing. Being guarded by Shamet. Backing him down. Backing him down. Cunningham using his size and strength across the lane. Righty hook shot. Gets it to go. He's just going to get to his spot and knock it down time and time again. Use his size and strength. Halfway through this 4th quarter here. McBride has it on the left wing. Being guarded by Holland. He's going to dance with it. Quick crossover to his left. Going along the baseline. Leaves it off for DeLon Wright. Kicks it out to Shamet. Catches. Pump fake. Sidestep. Right corner 3. Line me up. Oh, Landry Shamet. 2 threes. 2 big threes here in the 4th quarter. Landry Shamet, baby. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back. Cunningham has it on the right wing. And a charge on Cunningham. That's his 5th foul. That's his 5th foul. Landry Shamet has been huge here in the 4th quarter. Tied at 99. Ball going back to the Knicks. 5 fouls on Cade Cunningham. Brunson is finally back in for DeLon Wright. So we got McBride, Brunson, Towns, Achua, and Shamet. McBride telling them to clear out. They get it over to Towns. Towns has it in the high post, being guarded by Stewart. Faces up, coming to his left, loses the handle, out of bounds. Ball going back to the Pistons. Just as his dad said, JB takeover. I mean, the way he's looking right now, Landry Shamet takeover. Patrick said Jalen might have a slight injury. That has never stopped Tom Thibodeau from putting him back in the game, Patrick. I've seen Jalen Brunson lip off the court, go back to the locker room, and the second he comes out of the locker room, Tom Thibodeau's like, don't sit on the bench, brother. Go back to the scores table. Going back into the game. Tom Thibodeau does not care. Unless you are ruled out from coming back into the game, he's going to put you back in. Cade Cunningham bringing it down. Has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Coming to his right off the screen. McBride stays in front of him. Cunningham over to Hardaway. Pump fakes, driving it down against the Achua. Leaves it off for Holland. Knocked out of his hands, goes up. Gets the layup to go over. Pressures Achua. So Brunson will bring it down. 5:25 to go. Brunson has it up top. Being guarded by Holland. And they call a foul on Ron Holland. Justice's dad said Schroeder's a problem. He does play with a lot of hustle and effort and energy, for sure. So Brunson's going to inbound it. To get it into Towns. Bridges is also finally back in. Towns tries to get it into Brunson, and 2 turnovers for Karl-Anthony Towns. Bad game. Bad game from Towns. El Tigre, what's up, El Tigre? Schroeder bringing it down. Schroeder has it up top. They get it over to Harris. Harris in the post being guarded by McBride. Gets it over to Holland. Holland down the lane. Lefty layup. Gets it to go over to Chua. McBride bringing it down. Has it on the left wing. Gets it over to Achua. Achua out to Brunson. Brunson up top. Coming to his right. Off the Achua screen. Driving it down. They show 2. Picks his dribble up. Cross-court pass to McBride. Catches on the left wing. Driving it down. Mid-range pull-up jumper for Duece McBride. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Long rebound out to Bridges. Bridges has it up top. Coming to his right. Off the Achua screen. Driving it down. Kicks it. Tries to kick it out to McBride. And the Knicks will keep possession, but smart move from Schroeder to knock it all the way into the backcourt with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock for the Knicks. Really smart move from Schroeder. Michael Rogers said, "Get Towns out of the game." Yeah, he's been pretty bad. Been pretty bad. They get it in the Bridges. A little full court pressure here from the Pistons. Over to Towns. Towns putting his head down, attacking, going up. And no foul, and good defense from Isaiah Stewart, and Towns airballs a layup, and a shot clock violation. Towns is in fits right now. He is awful. Mr. Freckles said Landry had the hot hand and Tibbs took him out. Yeah. I mean, you wanted Bridges back in there. You want McBride out there. I mean, the only question is, would you want McBride or Shaman in the game right now? He's electing to go with McBride. Harris has it, leaning in, stops, fall the way over Achua, comes up short. Achua with the rebound, good defense from him, under 4 to go. Brunson bringing it down on the left wing, 4-point game, 103-99, Pistons leading. Brunson being guarded by Hardaway Jr. Brunson driving to his right, down the lane, leaning in the paint, Euro steps, leaves it off for Towns, almost a turnover. He picks it back up, kicks out the Bridges. Bridges in the deep right corner, 5 seconds to go, knocked out of bounds. And it's off of Bridges, ball going back to the Pistons. Gigi said, "This is a clear example of what the Pistons will do to the Knicks. Tibbs at it again." Pistons playing all their guys. And the Knicks don't have Josh Hart, or Robinson, or Anunoby. All right, brother. Yeah, this is the first round preview. This is exactly the Knicks team that's going to go against the Pistons in the playoffs. Come on, dog. Schroeder has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Coming to his left, off a double screen. Schroeder has it up top. Now out to Harris. Harris, jab step, coming to his left, being guarded by Bridges in the post, backing him down, stops, turns, puts up the hook shot off the glass, gets it to go over Bridges. Gigi said, "Why always with the excuses?" Because I'm not a pessimist like you, you know? It's not excuses, brother. You think 3 guys being out is giving an excuse? It's a reason. It's a reason. There are differences between reasons and excuses. You don't excuse the Knicks being down 6. There are reasons for it. Schroeder has it up top off the Brunson missed 3. Schroeder being guarded by Bridges. Coming to his left off the rescreen, down the lane. Gets blocked by Towns out of bounds. 8 seconds to go. Pistons will keep possession. And Schroeder's down on the floor holding his head. But we got a timeout. Mark said, "Thinking we're going to pass the Detroit team easily is kidding themselves." Knicks in 5, Mark. Knicks in 5. Michael Rogers said, "What is Tibbs' number so I could tell him I'm not allowed to give out Tom Thibodeau's number. I'll give him a call, though, and I'll let him know, Michael. I'll let him know. They may be five tough games, Mark, but they winning it in 5, brother. They winning it in 5. Okay, Hazy said Knicks in 4. Maybe even 4, dog. Maybe even 4. I'm giving the Pistons the benefit of the doubt. They'll maybe get 1. Knicks in 5, though. Easily, too. Easily. Like, no question. Like, yeah, the Knicks are the better team. This Pistons team has not seen this version of OG Anunoby. This Pistons team has not seen Mitchell Robinson this year. I dare them to try and put 2 bigs out there. They're going to get dominated by Towns and Robinson. Kevin said, whole season is excuses. 0-13 against top teams, and we have trouble with Detroit. You can believe what you want, brother. You believe what you want. You're allowed to. But like I said, there's a difference between reasons and excuses. And if you can't differentiate between those two, I don't know what to tell you. It's hard to talk to you then, you know? But I got 2 eyes, you know? I got 2 eyes. Gigi said swept by the Cavs, Boston, and the Pistons. Oh, so we're just taking away the win that the Knicks had against the Pistons? Come on, brother. Come on, brother. At least get your facts straight. At least use Google. Like, the internet is available. It's free. You're on the internet right now, my man. You're on the internet right now. You could use the internet. You should be able to look up the fact that the Knicks are 1-2 against the Pistons so far this year. Justice's dad said Josh would have 12 easy. Yeah, sure. Anunoby doesn't play, Josh Hart doesn't play, Robinson doesn't play, and you guys are freaking out. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. You can freak out if you want. Knicks in 5. Irving Green said Knicks are weak. They're bullying us. Yeah, I could see where that opinion comes from, for sure. Pistons do a lot of that. That is their play style. Again, we talked about it. How do the Pistons win basketball games? When you're punching above the weight class when they're down, when they're usually in a talent deficit. You punch above your weight class by making the game as messy and as dirty as possible. You know? Schroeder misses a free throw, by the way. Kev said, since 1974, I'm blue and gold. Don't lecture me. I don't know what gold got anything to do with it, brother. But I don't care how old you are. You could be, it doesn't matter. You being a fan longer than anybody else has nothing to do with you being a bigger fan than anybody else. So. Bridges has it up top. Being guarded by Harris. Coming to his left. Driving it down. Along the baseline. Picks his dribble up. Kicked it out to Brunson. Knocked loose by Schroeder again. 0.8 on the shot clock, and they got it inbounded by the half-court line. 2:13 to go. 7-point deficit for the Knicks with 2 minutes and no momentum. And it looks like the Knicks might be going down tonight. They get it in the Brunson. He turns and fires at the buzzer, air balls, and it's a shot clock violation. Shirley Willis, what's up, Shirley? Why we can't beat this team? Could anyone tell me? Pistons play physical, and it's something the Knicks struggle with. You guys have brought it up. Bully's a strong word, but I understand where you're coming from. Cunningham, a mid-range pull-up jumper over Towns, gets it to go, and that might be the dagger right there. Whew. Under 2 to go, 9-point deficit for the Knicks. They get it in the Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Driving to his right. Loses balance, gets it over to Towns. Towns, a mid-range fall-away jumper, splashes it, all right. There's 2. But you got to get defensive stops. Cunningham has it on the left wing. Gets it over to Harris. They're obviously going to slow down the game as much as they can now. Harris going to wind down the clock. They get it over to Schroeder, being guarded by Bridges. Schroeder coming to his right off the Stewart screen. They get it over to Holland. Holland's going to fire a three over Tucker. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound finds its way out to Harris. Harris kicks it back out to Schroeder. Now over to Cunningham. And again, they're going to wind down the clock. Time's running down for them. Cunningham's going to put up the three, airballs it. Holland's going to chase down the rebound, gets it over to Schroeder. Schroeder's going to chuck up the right corner three off the back rim, can't get it to go. Knicks finally grab a rebound. McBride over to Bridges. Bridges on the left wing. We don't have time to run a half-court offense. We got to go, y'all. We got to go. Towns is going to drive it down against Stewart, putting his head down, draws the foul, flips it up at the basket. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. With 1:03 to go here in the fourth quarter, down by 7. Charlie said, this is the longest minutes P.J. Tucker's played as a Knick. Yeah, P.J. Tucker so far, he's in the game, by the way, but P.J. Tucker so far, 25 minutes for P.J. 1 for 2 from 3. One of them was a heave at the end of the quarter. Charlie said, Knicks losing and Pacers winning, third seed is slipping. Yeah, as long as you give them the opportunity to win the game, or the opportunity to get the 3 seed, you're in trouble. Towns knocks down the first free throw. Pacers up by 1 with 11 seconds to go in the fourth. Do I pull this up and watch it on the side? Because it looks like the Knicks are likely going to lose tonight. So let's pull this one up real quick. Oh, it's on TNT. I got to pull up TV. Towns knocks down both free throws. Cool. 5-point game. Oops. Am I going to even get to this game on time? To this Indiana-Cleveland game? Schroeder on the handoff, driving it down, gets fouled, and knocks down the floater. That's the nail in the coffin. We talked about nails in the coffin. That's a nail in the coffin right there. Ah, it's a little ticky-tack foul. Oh, the Pacers have the ball too, and they're up 1 with an 11-point lead. They get it into Nesmith, and he's going to shoot 2 free throws. Knicks are likely going to go down tonight. They're down 7. Schroeder's at the foul line for 1 more. Schroeder finally knocks down a free throw. They get it into Bridges. Got to bring it down, Bridges. We don't have time for this. Brunson has it on the right wing. Gets it over to Towns. Towns being guarded by Duren. Shot clock winding down to the basket. Gets the layup to go over Duren. And they call the foul. Knicks keeping it interesting. Trying to stay alive here. Trying to give themselves an opportunity, but their defense has let them down. AB said, Knicks don't have the luxuries of sitting guys. They need all hands on deck. They need to play a perfect basketball game to win. They played against the Pistons team that you all are afraid in the playoffs of. Down 3 of their most key players. And it came down to the wire. So, we're going to be all right, y'all. We're going to be all right. I know every time the Knicks lose is doom and gloom. And we got a lot of pessimists in the chat. And that's fine. My job is to walk you off the ledge. They're going to be all right, y'all. They're going to be all right. Charlie said they better get that 4th seed to avoid the Celtics and the Pistons. They're going to be all right, Charlie. They're going to be all right. Towns knocks down his and 1 free throw. It's a 5-point game, 111-106, 41 seconds to go. Not impossible, but highly unlikely. McBride with the steal. Towns picks it up. Over to Brunson. A 3. Can't get that one to go. Fight for the loose ball. And P.J. Tucker had it, and he lost it. Hit ahead to Harris. The Knicks have to foul. And they call a foul. JB got to knock that free throw, that 3-point shot down. He had a nice open look. P.J. Tucker, you got to grab that rebound, brother. It's in your hands, and it slipped out. Irving Green said, Knicks don't beat teams over 500. Brother, they got over 50 wins. They going to be all right, man. They going to be all right. They've played 5 games this year, or I think 6 games. 5 games. The Celtics game was their 5th game with their whole rotation intact this season. So You can be doom and gloom if you want, but that's not going to be me. Not going to be me. Just as his dad said, Precious played 40 minutes. He will play 4 in the playoffs. He will play 0. As long as the Knicks are healthy, Precious Achiuwa is not a part of the rotation. He will play 0. The rotation will be the usual starting 5. McBride, Robinson, Shamit, and Campaign. And that's your 9-man rotation. It's a 5-point game with Precious Achiuwa playing 40 minutes tonight. With Precious Achiuwa playing 40 minutes tonight. PJ Tucker playing 26 minutes tonight. And y'all are worried about the Pistons. Like I said, man, I got 2 eyes. We're going to be all right. Victor Marquez said, Pistons are a good team. Still like Knicks keeping it close, especially with 3 players out. They're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. Harris knocked down the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw. 27.5 to go. Down by 7. No timeouts remaining for either side. Brunson's going to bring it down. You got to chuck up a 3 here. Coming to his right, step back, pump fake, leans in. It's a 2-point shot from Brunson, but he draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Just as his dad said, Cat double-double, but Knicks in 6. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. Irving Green said, we're not getting out of the first round. Hey, brother, when the Knicks are playing the Celtics in the second round, don't bother watching them. Because we'll all be there, and you'll still be upset that they that they lost to the Pistons in a meaningless game at the end of the year. Brunson missed the free throw. I'm watching the end of this Cleveland-Indiana game. 2-point game, 9.6 to go in the fourth. Cleveland has the ball. They get it into Craig Porter, bringing it down, almost loses it, coming to his right. Step back, pump fake, leans in, almost turns it over. Tyson picks it up, chucks it up, can't get it to go, and that's the end of the game, and the Pacers pick up the win. Brunson misses 2 free throws. Tucker an offensive rebound. Brunson down the lane, kicks it out to McBride. All right, corner 3, he's got to chuck it up. Airballs it, loose ball, Duran picks it up, and that's the end of the game, y'all. 113-106. Knicks had a lead, should have pulled out the win. Cunningham puts the finishing touches on it with a lob to Duran, and that's going to be it. 115-106, our final score. And the Knicks go down in a disappointing loss. Another disappointing loss for the Knicks. Can't dwell on it. You got Cleveland tomorrow. Cleveland likely to play their guys, but maybe not. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what Cleveland decides to do. I guess we'll have to wait to see what the Knicks decide to do. Mark said, I don't like this loss. I hope y'all are right, but we should have handled this team even with tonight's squad. They should have. They should have. They should have won it. They were up 15. They had a horrible third quarter. I thought Campaign was pretty damn bad. Achiuwa disappeared in the second half after a really good first half. Shamit was great. I thought Shamit had a really productive second half. Brunson was all right. Mixed bag from him. Bridges was all right. Mixed bag from him. Towns, I thought, was more on the bad side, but a mixed bag from him. Up and down. Didn't play well. Can't dwell on it. Like I said, we got a game tomorrow night. You don't have the 3 seed locked in, considering that the Pacers also won. So now you have to win one of your last 2 games in order to secure that 3 seed. And I want the 3 seed. I do want the 3 seed. But I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me yet again tonight. Chi-Chi, MBM, Mark, Mike, Susan, Kwame, Charlie B. Cruz, MBM, Slim Slammer, Justice's dad, Chi-Chi, did I say Chi-Chi already? Kenny, what's up, Kenny? AP, Irving, Patrick was in the chat earlier, Chris Gallo. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Sadu Barry, what's up, Sadu? Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me tonight. K Hazy, AP, I think I said AP already. But that's going to be it. We got another game tomorrow, so. Mark said, of course, they're going to play their guys. They're playing the Knicks. Very true. Very true. And I do believe the game is in the Garden, and everybody likes to play in the Garden, right? Everybody likes to play in the Garden. Real quick, let's check it out. Tomorrow, the game is in the Garden. Tomorrow's the game in the Garden. And then also tomorrow starts the battle for the 6th seed between the Bucks and the Pistons. So there we go. There we go. But again, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me. Make sure you guys get a good night's sleep. Make sure you guys stay hydrated. Make sure you guys brush your teeth before bed because not a lot of people do that, unfortunately. She said, hopefully the Cavs play their starters tomorrow, so we'll fall down to the 4th spot. Hey, look, man, a lot of you guys are worried about the Pistons. So if they fall down to the 4th spot, you're kind of rooting for the Knicks to lose these games anyway, right? So it's a win-win. It's a win-win, right? If they get the 3 seed, cool, we get the 3 seed. If they get the 4 seed, cool, you guys get to avoid your nightmare of playing the Pistons. Which, honestly, Knicks in 5 either way, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Yak said, we missed Mitch tonight. Yeah, they missed Josh Hart and they missed Anunoby too. 3 of their most important role players. But, you know, apparently bringing that up is an excuse and not a reason. But I'll see you guys tomorrow when the Knicks take on the Cleveland Cavaliers for what is likely going to be a battle, considering I think the Knicks are going to play their guys, and I assume the Cavs are going to play their guys because they're in the Garden, and everybody likes to play in the Garden. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Like I said, get a good night's sleep because that is important. We got another game tomorrow. We gotta be energetic. We gotta bring the energy. Brush your teeth before bed because some of y'all I'm sure got stinky breath. And stay hydrated because that's super important. And I want you guys to be healthy. So I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Good night, everybody. Bye.